On again, off again. It is, one thing I did was, and this was a reminder to me, so I want it to be a reminder to you about just how much misinformation there is everywhere, probably about every freaking story that you ever see on television or anywhere else. The only place you can get straight answers is right here. And when I make a mistake, I'll own up to it, because usually one of you will point it out to me, and I'll own up to it. But we have a little group, one of these little groups where, like a listserv, where we're able to, watch one another, help one another, people that live, 2 or 3 miles from the next neighbor are able to say, hey, by the way, our wildlife camera went off, but if we didn't see anything, can you, sometime when you have a chance, can you go by and look? Or some people there are a few people who will open homes up so that if Tamara and I are going down, we can email somebody and say, hey, Billy Bob, would you go by and, particularly in the winter, would you go by and turn the heat on and start a fire for us? And, well, while you're at it, grill some steaks and pour some wine, and we'll be there in about 2 or 3 hours. I was stunned at the amount of misinformation being posted. So you know me. You know me. I finally stepped in and said, look, I'm tired, and so I imagine all of you are tired of getting all of this, oh my gosh, we've been told this or we've been told that, blah, 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 blah. So I directed them to 3 official government sources and 1 unofficial government source. And I explained the reason that you can look for this unofficial government source is because there's a guy, there's a guy. Everybody's got to have a guy, right? Well, I got a guy. And this guy for years has collected data. He actually used to work for the U.S. Geological Survey. And so what he does is he still has access to the USGS's Geographic Information Services servers. And they kind of do it as a kind of a handshake so that he produces these interactive, I shouldn't say interactive, but these constantly updated maps so that as the satellite data is fed to the USGS services, to the US Geological Survey, those servers get updated with information about fire lines, hot spots, cold spots, and so you can see the growth of the fire, the shrinking of the fire, the movement of the fire. Now, you don't see that in real time because obviously the satellites have to have, unless those are in geosynchronous orbit, and not all of them are, they collect that data, feed it into the servers, and then he pulls it off the servers, and there's this fantastic map. So that if you're in a wildfire zone, you're in the Hayman fire, whatever, you're in the Black Forest fire, wherever it might be, you can see where the incident command teams, the Type 1 teams, if that's what's been dispatched, you can see where they're concentrating their efforts. And then Uncle Joe, who's a pilot, turned me on to a map that pilots use to show wind speed, directions, humidity, temperature, and all that sort of stuff. And so I'm able to put the 2 maps together, look at where the hot spots are, look at the winds and the temperatures and the humidity, and kind of do my own little prediction about which direction I think a fire may or may not be going. So since Thursday, when this fire broke out, it has been a roller coaster of up and down, up and down. Finally, Tamara left the undisclosed location on Saturday afternoon, and by Saturday night there was a mandatory evacuation, so she was gone anyway. And then, of course, the local electric cooperative cuts the power off, and I was amazed. I guess I take too much for granted, but then I start getting asked questions. Why they cut the power off? It's going to ruin the really good steaks I got in my freezer. Well, they cut the power off because as those fires burn and they burn down electric power lines, that just creates sparks and transformers blow up and you've got more fire. Oh, I get it now. So I was kind of amazed by people's willingness. And I think it's confirmation bias. And I think it's also that when you're stressed out because you're about to lose a home, you want to get information from any source that you can. So at one point, maybe Sunday, I posted a lengthy post, for lack of a better term. I put up a lengthy post naming these particular sites and also suggesting that when people listen to the radio or the television, that they not listen to the reporters, that they listen to the PIOs, the public information officers, because they're the ones that have the most up-to-date information. And I even cautioned against hearing a reporter say, hey, I just talked to the PIO and he said, because in a court of law, what's that? Hearsay. That's a third person reporting on something that somebody else said. Oh, I heard the PIO officer say. Well, I heard somebody tell me the PIO said. So I tried to kind of, God bless it, brought back the whole FEMA days. And it was describing to everyone how to consume the news, what to listen for, what to ignore, and then these links that I gave them so they could actually go to those places to get official information, good information. And then I walked away. I walked away because, well, my work is done here. And I went back, because I can't resist. I went back yesterday and looked a little bit. Last night I looked. This morning I looked again, just to see within the listserv what people were doing. And the two administrators had clearly read what I wrote, because now they were only posting from those 3 or 4 official sites that I had given them. And so now we're getting good information. The good news is the fire is 23% contained, last I saw, which that'll be updated later tonight. 23% contained. One little town has been unevacuated and then people can move back in. Is unevacuated a term? The evacuation order has been lifted. They can move back in. But then the hot spots are, because of the heat today and low humidities, are starting to pop up again. And so I have reached this Zen moment of, I've talked to the insurance company. I know what they're doing and not doing. I know what their mitigation team will do or not do. And at this point, there is nothing I can do. And the best thing you can do is to recognize there's nothing I can do. I walked in and Angie was, because I was a little late getting to work today, Angie was like, oh, I'm surprised you're even here. No, I'm here. You know why? Because I don't want to sit at home with, there's nothing I can do. Anything else you want to know, Angie?
Nope. Okay.
Because you don't care.
Exactly.
You don't care. Are we live today? Is this recorded or is this live? Is this Mimrex or live? Heads up, we're going to be talking about Starbucks. I went to Starbucks, not. We're going to be talking about Starbucks. We got guns. Probably in the 5 o'clock hour. Be sure and get your Big Chief tablet and your crayons out, because we're going to have Michael's con law, maybe 2 segments. I don't know. Depends on how wound up I get about this court decision. Actually, the court decision is pretty straightforward. This is about the bake shop, the baker and the cake. But if you listen to the news media, good grief, idiots.
This report is brought to you by Lifeline.
Big accident in the Inglewood Drive, southbound side of Santa Fe, completely shut down. All lanes are blocked off, southbound Santa Fe between Dartmouth and Hamden. Traffic there is stopped, jammed up solid to Evans. Try to avoid this area there. May want to take Federal, even Broadway to get around this. And there's construction set up, eastbound Highway 58, ramp to eastbound 70. That ramp is shut down. And a problem at Bellevue and University. Traffic lights are short cycling, big backups on Bellevue, both directions. Then forecast. Tonight, clear skies, the low of 56. Sunny tomorrow, only a slight chance for some rain showers. A high of 93. Right now, 88 degrees. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHEL.
LifeLock Identity Theft Protection has added Norton Security to help protect you against cyber criminals. Protection for your identity and devices. Go to LifeLock.com, enter promo code RISK for an extra 10% off the low starting price of $7.99 a month. Terms apply.
Who's Max? Hey, you know, President Trump says a criminal deep state is out to get him. It's a pretty shocking revelation. It was first made in Jerome Corsi's new bestseller, Killing the Deep State. Killing the Deep State is #1 Amazon and New York Times bestseller, yet the big media have banned Jerome Corsi from the air. But you can see him tonight on Newsmax TV. Newsmax TV is America's newest conservative cable news channel. I watch it a lot, and frankly, sometimes I'm even on it. Each night this week, Jerome Corsi gives the shocking details of the biggest cover-up of our time. President Trump says it's bigger than Watergate, so get your copy of Killing the Deep State. It's at bookstores everywhere. And tune in to Newsmax TV tonight at 6 and 10 Eastern to see Jerome Corsi. It'll be powerful. And remember, Newsmax TV is America's newest conservative cable news channel, now in 50 million homes. Check it out on DirecTV channel 349, dish 216, UVerse 1220, and Fios 615. That's DirecTV 349 and dish 216. And if you don't get Newsmax TV, call your cable company and tell them, hey, I want Newsmax TV.
Spring into action and put the foods you love back on your menu. Just because you're gluten-free doesn't mean you can't enjoy breads, hamburger, and hot dog buns, pancakes, cupcakes, and so much more. Gluten-Free Things is a local gluten-free and vegan bakery. Look them up online, glutenfreethings.com.
The Western Conservative Summit, June 8th and 9th at the Colorado Convention Center, the largest gathering of conservatives outside of Washington, D.C., right here out west. Diamond and Silk will be there, along with the House Freedom Caucus, Candace Owens, Ed Meese, Kirk Cameron, all of Colorado's Republican gubernatorial candidates, and more. 2 full days of stellar speakers, workshops, exhibitor trade show, and more. We'll cover issues like the threat of radical Islam, the sanctity of life, supporting the Second Amendment, school choice, restricting illegal immigration, energy independence, and so much more. Get your tickets at westernconservativesummit.com. That's westernconservativesummit.com, or by calling 877-798-5366. We hope to see you at the Western Conservative Summit, June 8th and 9th at the Colorado Convention Center.
Coloradans 62 and older, are you not feeling as financially secure as you'd like to? Is cash flow tight? Are you retiring or experiencing a life change? And do you own your own home? Then consider a reverse mortgage from American Financing. Reverse mortgages are loans that pay you monthly by using the equity in your home. They also protect your spouse from possibly losing your home if you pass away, and FHA ensures that you never owe more than your house is worth. Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky, and here are the facts. You benefit immediately from no monthly mortgage payments, and you have access to tax-free money, all while owning your home. That's right, you still own your home, but now have access to your equity when you need it most. With a reverse mortgage from American Financing, you can feel confident about living your golden years with financial comfort and security. Their mortgage consultants are salary-based, so conversations are simple, straightforward, and honest. Call American Financing today at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or online at AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
Denver homeowners, there's never been a better time to permanently fix your pipe leaks, low water pressure, or rusty water by repiping your home today. Repipe Specialist has been serving Denver for many years, collectively repiping over 35,000 homes. We built a reputation on offering the most efficient repipe process for customer convenience, repiping an entire home in just 1 to 2 days, patching your walls, and providing a lifetime guarantee. Repipe Specialists only uses the best repiping materials with high-quality PEX or USA Grade L copper pipes. For a limited time, take advantage of our most affordable offer. For a limited time, get 20% off and 0% interest for an entire year on approved credit. That's right, a quality repipe, wall patching, a lifetime guarantee, 20% off and 0% interest. Repipe Specialist provides a free in-home estimate explaining the process tailored for your home. So call Repipe Specialist today for your free in-home estimate at 888-503-1742. That's 888-503-1742. 888-503-1742.
Every business needs great people, and the better way to find them. Something better than posting your job online and just praying for the right people to see it. ZipRecruiter revolutionized hiring. Their technology finds great candidates for you. No wonder 80% of employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site in just one day. Goodbye post and pray. Hello ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Try it for free today at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The expensive mattress you're considering buying is a waste of money. Hi, I'm Christian von Rickenbach, founder of HelixSleep.com, the only place to get a customized mattress starting at just $600. Just go to HelixSleep.com, fill out our 2-minute sleep survey, and we'll design a mattress made just for you with a 100-night sleep trial and financing as low as 0%. And during our Memorial Day sale, go to HelixSleep.com/talkradio and you'll get up to $150 towards your mattress order. That's HelixSleep.com/talkradio.
Tom Martino, the troubleshooter. Tomorrow morning at 10.
The heartbreak and pain of addiction. We're going to talk about it and offer suggestions on the Troubleshooter Show tomorrow at 10.
Troubleshooter Tom Martino on 630 KHOW.
Shaken from all the risks we have taken. Dance with me into the colors of the
Here's the first lesson we need to remember from the Starbucks racial bias training. And I'm not sure that even this would work. But if you're going to be conducting a meeting and you want the contents of and the content of that meeting or what's said or the handouts or anything else to remain confidential, then you're going to have to confiscate everyone's cell phones before they go in. You're going to have to put people through a magnetometer, and then you're going to have to either not pass out the deck from your stupid PowerPoint and just show the PowerPoint. And even then, well, that's why I say the magnetometers, because then you can scan people to see if they've got any sort of metal on them. And, oh, what's that bulge in your pocket? Are you recording me or just happy to see me? Because as we go along, more and more stuff is starting to dribble out about exactly what was going on at the Starbucks meeting. And it shows you just how not just the media lies to you, but also about how companies like Starbucks, who find themselves in the middle of a feces storm where, for example, in Philadelphia, 2 black guys are just sitting waiting for a third guy, a friend of theirs, who happens to be a white guy. Now, I know you find it shocking that 2 black guys would be waiting for a white guy, but, you know, if you didn't listen to the rest of the media, do you know that we actually all have interracial friends? We got black friends, and we got brown friends, we got Indian friends, and we got Asian friends, and we got gay friends, and we got straight friends, and we got, all kinds of friends. But not according to the media, not according to leftist politicians. And you can't. You must segregate into your own tribe. Employees of color, as opposed to people of color, POCs, these are EOCs, described it as unconscious bias training and have said that it was more of a lesson on police brutality than anything else. And I find that hilarious. There was 0 police brutality in Philadelphia. What happened, just to recap quickly, 2 black guys sitting at a table in a Starbucks, not unusual, waiting on a third person to show up. Third person is, I don't know, maybe late, maybe he's on time, I don't know, but one of the black guys has got to take a whiz real badly. So he asks, as opposed to just getting up and going to the restroom, and I don't know, maybe this Starbucks has a code on the bathroom door. If you've ever been to a big city, or a wannabe big city like Denver, you'll notice that some of the places that are in crowded downtown areas, some of these public places have codes on the restroom door. So you got to punch in the code to get in. It's like the old driving up to the filling station in the middle of nowhere. Man, you got to pee so badly, but the door's locked. Then you got to run back in, you got to get the key, and you got to run back around and unlock the door, and then you walk in and you think, ooh, I should have just peed out back. So one of the guys asked the Starbucks employee, "May I use the restroom, please?" And that's when the fight began. Because the little Starbucks dimwit decided that, oh, it's time to call the cops. Because a black guy asked to use the bathroom. Can't have that. He didn't buy a $22 latte. So they called the cops. The cops show up. The two black men stand up when they're asked to stand up. They turn around, put their hands behind their back when they're asked to put their hands behind their back. Meanwhile, people who are recording it are saying, "Hey, dudes, they didn't do anything. They're just sitting here." But it didn't make any difference to the cops because the Starbucks little barista had complained. So Tina, no, not as in that, Tina, somebody went to the Starbucks conference in Philadelphia. She's 18 years old and she's black. She told the Philadelphia magazine, quote, "The training materials focused a lot on police brutality, which had nothing to do with the incident that happened. I was really disappointed when I walked out of there because I was expecting so much more." Well, Tina, you work for a progressive company. So what they said in the media about how, oh yeah, we're going to do all this bias training and we're going to learn about the biases we don't even know we have. We're going to teach you how to recognize that. And so Tina, just a, starstruck 18-year-old black barista for Starbucks who works in Philadelphia, expected to learn all about everything she had heard from the lefties about all of this, deep biases that everybody has and how it's just manifested. In fact, if us dumb white people had a chance, why, we would put them in chains again. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody actually did say that, didn't they? Yeah, Joe Biden. Joe Biden said we were going to put the blacks in chains again. So I'm sure this little 18-year-old went expecting that they were going to learn something about whites putting blacks in chains. Instead of discussing the incident, the participants were asked to complete a journal with questions about their feelings about their own race. Now, wait a minute. You're a black person. This is a seminar to teach you to recognize biases and how to deal with bias in the workplace, and instead you're given a handout. Another barista, Jamie, who's Puerto Rican, said, "It's weird. They focus so heavily on how we feel about our racial identity, because how is that going to help me deal with a homeless person using drugs in my bathroom? You're a multi-billion-dollar company and you don't have anything." It felt inconsiderate to bring about this event with no real way to attack the problems. Well, I got to break it to Jamie. That's everything you need to know right there about liberal ideology. It's weird they focus so heavily on how we feel about our racial identity, because how is that going to help me deal with a homeless person using drugs in the restroom? You, Starbucks, are a multi-billion-dollar company and you don't have anything. You got zilch. You got nada. I love this part. It felt inconsiderate to bring this event around with no real way to attack the problems. Well, Jamie, I hate to tell you, but that's exactly what liberals do. At one point, a girl at my table actually had to get up and leave because video after video, they showed black people being assaulted by police or black people being verbally assaulted and white people being racially biased toward people of color. It offended her, so she left after that. Wait, you're supposed to learn how to treat each other like decent human beings? And all they did was show video after video of cops knocking people down and fighting and beating them? May I just humbly suggest, I'm not calling for a boycott, I'm just suggesting that if you're dying for a cup of coffee, you go someplace that doesn't try to indoctrinate their employees about the fakery of cops beating up black people.
This is Denver's talk station. Michael Brown continues after the news on 630 KOW, an iHeart radio station. KHOW, Denver.
This report is brought to you by LifeLock.
Busy highways for the afternoon drive. There's one crash. It's on the Aurora Drive, northbound 225 at 6th Avenue. A couple cars on the shoulder. Northbound 225, jammed up from Isla. Out in Inglewood, southbound Santa Fe, completely shut down. It's a bad accident. Truck has rolled southbound Santa Fe. Shut down between Dartmouth and Hamden. Those jams solid back to Evans. Try to avoid southbound Santa Fe. You can take Broadway, even Federal to get around this. And trouble with traffic lights. There's short cycling, big backups on Bellevue at University. Denver's forecast, clear skies overnight, low 58. Tomorrow to be sunny with a high of 93. Right now, 89 degrees. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHOW.
LifeLock Identity Theft Protection has added Norton Security to help protect you against cyber criminals. Protection for your identity and devices. Go to LifeLock.com, enter promo code RISK for an extra 10% off the low starting price of $7.99 a month. Terms apply.
You know, a few years ago, I told you I would not have endorsed a solar company, and the reason for that is because the financials for you as a homeowner simply didn't make any sense. But that's no longer the case with Zoetic Solar. With Zoetic Solar, here's what they do. They simply replace your current electric bill as payment for your own solar panels. So your monthly out-of-pocket is the same as your electric bill, except that now you own your energy instead of renting it. There's no down payment, and after your panels are paid off, obviously you've got free energy for your house for life. You own your solar panels as opposed to renting them, which is what most companies do. And when they put solar panels on your roof, they're also going to insulate your attic and put in a smart home thermostat for free. That saves you even more money. And Zoetic Solar is a Colorado-owned and operated company that's right here in Denver, just a few blocks from me. Call Zoetic Solar right now and get a free quote. 888-637-4447. That's 888-637-4447.
Season after season, quality's a reason people trust K&H Home Solutions. Beautiful windows, siding and doors, roofing gutters and more. Improving homes for over 60 years. With K&H, the difference is clear. K&H Home Solutions.
Don't fall prey to bad contractors taking money doing little or nothing. Go with K&H Home Solutions with a solid 62-year history of quality home improvements, including my home. Hi, I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. Now get $6,200 off your entire Everlast siding purchase in the K&H Beat the Heat Summer Sale. A lifetime of durability in a palette of beautiful colors. 303-421-7100 or khwindows.com. For window siding, doors, and more,
K&H Home Solutions has what you're looking for.
khwindows.com.
Hey, you know what? I want you to roll back to a time when railroads dominated the Rocky Mountain landscape. You see, the Wiley Bunch, led by Butch Cassidy and the Sunrise Kid, and Boogaboo there, are going to be joining us for Railroad Days at the Loop, and I expect there's going to be trouble. We're going to have a few engines on display at the Silver Plume Train Yard, a model train display in the Car Museum, and some living exhibits so you can experience life in the Old West. Now, if you haven't been on the Georgetown Loop Railroad, I really encourage you to call and make reservations and get up there and take this trip. It's really cool. June 2nd, 3rd, 9th, and 10th. I want you to call now for reservations. The telephone number is 888-456-6777. That's 888-456-6777. Or do it the modern way. Do it the way I would do it. Visit GeorgetownLoopRR.com. That's the website, GeorgetownLoopRR.com. And at some point, I'm actually going to host either the 145 and the 310 trains, and I want you to make your reservations now and then ride with me.
Spin it, spin it, spin it with Spin Blend.
If you're just mixing your summer salads and sandwiches with mayonnaise or Miracle Whip, you're doing it wrong. But if you're spinning your summer salads and sandwiches with Spin Blend real salad dressing, you're doing it right. Unlike Miracle Whip, Spin Blend uses no high fructose corn syrup, so you know what you're serving is healthier and naturally delicious. So don't just make a sandwich, spin it. Don't just mix a salad, spin it with Spin Blend real salad dressing.
Spin it, spin it, spin it with Spin Blend.
When working at a growing business, you wear many hats. The new business hat, the buying toner for the copy machine hat, the sifting through tons of resumes hat. You can throw away that last hat thanks to Indeed.com. When posting your job, Indeed lets you add screener questions that give you a less time-consuming route to your short list of qualified candidates. So go ahead, dust off that extra-long lunch hat. Hiring's better when you've got your short list. Save time on hiring when you post a job on Indeed. Get started today at Indeed.com/hire.
You can be young without money, but you can't be old without it. Tennessee Williams said that, and it's still true today. Remember the good old days when you pooled your change for a burger and a shake to share? Or you took a road trip with just enough cash to pay for the gas? When you're young, you can roll with the punches. But when you're retired, you need to know you'll have the income you need. Hi, this is Linda Gardner with Blue Heron Capital and host of Your Money, Your Retirement, right here on KHOW every Saturday. You worked hard and saved for your retirement. Now it's time to make sure you have income to last your lifetime. Call today for your complimentary, no obligation visit and see how to get started with your own retirement income strategy, an income you won't outlive. Call right now, 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604. Or online, yourmoneyyourretirement.com.
Denver's talk station. Online at khow.com.
Moving to the country, I'm gonna eat a lot of peaches. I'm moving to the country, I'm gonna eat me a lot of peaches. I'm moving to the country, I'm gonna eat a lot of peaches. I'm moving to the country, I'm gonna eat a lot of peaches. Peaches come from a can, they were put there by a man in a factory downtown.
Gun rights advocates, those evil bastards, are asking a Lake County Circuit Court judge to bar the village of Deerfield, California from enforcing its ban on weapons not Deerfield, California. I got California on my mind because I got a bunch of stories over here about the dumbassery going on in California. Deerfield, Illinois. You know, can I say something real quickly about Rod Blagojevich, the former governor that Trump talked about maybe pardoning or not pardoning? I want you to put yourself in the shoes of Governor Blagojevich, sitting out here in a federal prison in Lakewood. This is a bugaboo that, and I know I can hear people right now, turn the radios off because, my God, Michael Brown's going to criticize Donald Trump. Listen to me. I want you to think about something. You've been, in your opinion, wrongly convicted. You have been convicted by a political process, not necessarily a legal process. So you feel the unjustness of your conviction every single day. And I know I've made fun of Rod Blagojevich in the past because, as I've told you, there were some horrible storms in Illinois one year, and I'm flying into some little, S-hole town in Illinois, and I think we had to land, the Gulf Stream couldn't land near, so we had to land, and then the security detail had to meet up with me, and then we had to drive. And as I landed, I got word that we had to wait. And the reason we had to wait was because Governor Blagojevich wanted to ride with me to the disaster zone because he had some stuff he needed to talk to me about. That was not uncommon for governors to do that. So we stand around with our thumbs and, twiddling, and, I'm looking for a Diet Coke or anything I can get, and it's hot and it's miserable. And finally the governor shows up, and I invite him into my car, and we get into the Suburban and we drive off. And I introduced myself because I'd not met the governor before. I introduced myself and told him what the plan was for the day, and he said, okay. And then I try to be deferential to these guys. I mean, governors are as much as I rip on politicians, I have, except for the state of Colorado and state of California and state of Illinois and state of New York, I have a healthy respect for governors. If anyone was to convince me to run for public office, it would be to be the governor of a state. I have no desire to be a U.S. senator, no desire to be a congressman, no desire to be a dog catcher. I'm not qualified to be a dog catcher, I'm probably underqualified to be a dog catcher. But governor, that's a real job. That's a real job with real consequences where you can make a real difference in how your state competes economically in all sorts of ways. So I was deferential to him. And I thought, okay, so now we're in the car, and I've made the introductions and told him what we're doing. He will tell me what he wants. And that's pretty much how the rest of the trip went. Silence. And I finally said, well, okay, Governor, we're getting close. Is there anything that in particular your staff has told you that you need to ask me about, or that you need? I'm trying to pry out of this dipwad. Why did we have to wait for an hour at the airport for you to meet up with us that was so friggin' important that you had to talk to me about, and you've done nothing but sit on your BlackBerry the entire time? No, I'm fine, whatever. So even though I've mocked Rod Blagojevich in the past, I want you to think about this. He's sitting out there feeling, and in my opinion, I think wrongly convicted also. I mean, I'm not here to defend him at all, but I do think he was railroaded by Patrick Fitzgerald and James Comey and a bunch of other yahoos. Anyway, he's sitting out there in prison. Suddenly, Trump starts talking publicly that he's considering pardoning Rod Blagojevich. Mr. President, that's cruel and unusual punishment. Because I saw his wife on television pleading for the president to do so, because the president indicated he was thinking about it. So now his hopes are up on the roof somewhere. I mean, he's like, oh my God, I'm going to get pardoned. I'm going to get out of here. Now, Martha Stewart, that's a different story. She's done her time. She's done. She's out of there. Would she like a pardon? I'm sure she would. But her life isn't really going to change much, other than voting, isn't really going to change much. Martha Stewart has rebuilt her life. She's walking freely among the dead. She's walking, well, because she's in New York. I assume she's in New York. So she's walking among the dead. So her hopes aren't dashed. Rod Blagojevich is sitting in a prison cell, and he hears the news that the president is thinking about pardoning him. You don't do that. This is where I think the president truly doesn't have some sort of self-control about, I mean, he just blurts out stuff. And I know sometimes we think that's great, and we praise it, and we say, oh man, we finally got a president with some cojones that's willing to say X, Y, Z. Yes, that's true. And sometimes he says things that are cruel to people. And I think it was cruel to Rod Blagojevich. And I would say, we're going to talk about pardons in the next hour. That's part of the con law class, not just the Supreme Court ruling on the bake shop. I think that is cruel for the president to raise the specter that he might or is considering. Not even that, I thought about it, but I'm considering it. And so there's poor old ex-Governor Blagojevich sitting out there in a Lakewood thinking, oh, it might happen. He's like a puppy dog with a treat, with a bone. Whether he was wrongly convicted, rightly convicted, or anything else, imagine if that's one of your family members. Imagine you believe that one of your family members who's sitting in prison somewhere, and the president says, I'm thinking about pardoning Angie because, she should never have been convicted for killing that old Michael Brown. And so the president announces he's thinking about pardoning Angie, the producer. Her family would be ecstatic. Their hopes would be sky high. And now, nothing. I think it's cruel. So, Mr. President, learn to be a little more careful with your words and think not of, because I know why you're thinking, well, I think I know why you're thinking about pardoning Blagojevich and Martha Stewart. But remember, one of those two is sitting in a prison, and you just got their hopes sky high, and you haven't done diddly about it. So if you're going to think about it, do it.
This report is brought to you by LifeLock.
Slowdowns this afternoon, driving along the highways. There is an accident on the Aurora stretch, northbound 225 up near 6th Avenue. That's on the shoulder. sluggish from Iliff. Not too bad through there. Over in Inglewood, southbound Santa Fe shut down. It's a big accident. Southbound Santa Fe shut down between Dartmouth and Hamden. Traffic there is stopped, jammed up to Evans. Avoid Santa Fe. May want to take Bellevue, even Broadway to get around this. And Bellevue is backed up. Traffic lights are short cycling. Bellevue at University. Then a forecast. Tonight, clear skies, low of 58. Tomorrow to be sunny with a high near 93. 87 Wednesday. Right now, 88 degrees. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Phelan, 630 KHOW.
LifeLock Identity Theft Protection has added Norton Security to help protect you against cyber criminals. Protection for your identity and devices. Go to LifeLock.com, enter promo code RISK for an extra 10% off the low starting price of $7.99 a month. Terms apply.
Wanting to remodel your kitchen or bath, or you're in the middle of remodeling your kitchen or bath, I want you to call my buddy Brian at Professional Home Design. Brian and Professional Home Designs handles everything from putting in the cabinets, countertops, the plumbing, the electrical, and the fixtures. You see, there's no part of the job that Brian's not qualified and certified to do. And here's how it works. Brian meets with you at your home. He goes over what you want to have done. And from there, you go to a showroom and you pick out all your fixtures, tile, countertops, whatever else that you want. And then Professional Home Designs buys everything at cost, which means you get it at cost. There's no markups. It's cheaper, quicker, and easier to hire Professional Home Designs than it is to do it yourself or, frankly, to hire somebody else. Here's Brian's cell phone number, 720-369-8998. What do I want you to do? I want you to call Brian, or you can even text him a picture of the room that you want remodeled, and he can get working on a bid just from looking at the picture. So call or text Brian right now, 720-369-8998, 720-369-8998.
Blue Chair Bay Rum presents Kenny Chesney, Trip Around the Sun Tour 2018.
Here's to another year, let's take another crazy trip around the sun.
No one throws a party like Kenny Chesney.
It's a simple wine, it's summer.
Saturday, June 30th, Sports Authority Field at Mile High with special guests.
My t-shirt,
Thomas Rhett.
and I was just like you,
Old Dominion and Brandon Lang. Saturday, June 30th, Sports Authority Field at Mile High.
no shirt, no problem.
Tickets are on sale now at the Stadium box office or Ticketmaster.com.
Shut up and kiss me, all the pretty girls say.
Kenny Chesney with Thomas Rhett, Old Dominion, and more. Produced by Messina Touring Group and AEG presents.
Blowing that smoke on Saturday night. A little messed up, but we're all right.
Sheridan Auto Tech is special because of the man behind the business. Kevin Calkin, the owner, is honorable and will never sell you anything you don't need. He will take care of you like one of his own. He has thousands of loyal customers and has been in business more than 20 years. He cares about you. 303-455-7242 on Colfax just west of Wadsworth, or in Aurora on Havana just south of 6th Avenue. 303-455-7242. Sheridan Auto Tech.
Are you worried about network security, data loss, or costly downtime to your business? You probably should be, which is why you need to speak with my friends at Machine Logic. Denver-based Machine Logic is an award-winning IT firm delivering the industry's leading solutions for cloud backup and data protection. Their expert team will identify vulnerabilities in your IT systems and implement the best technology to protect your business while staying within your budget. Don't let downtime hurt your business. Start protecting your company today by visiting machinelogic.com. That's machinelogic.com.
Spring into action and put the food you love back on your menu. Just because you're gluten-free doesn't mean you can't enjoy breads, hamburger, and hot dog buns, pancakes, cupcakes, and so much more. Gluten-Free Things is a local gluten-free and vegan bakery. Look them up online, glutenfreethings.com.
You know, admitting that you have a problem is the first step in solving any problem. For me, it was the constant ringing in my ears and the daily torment that came with it. I'm Tom Tancredo, and for years I was told that there was no cure to help with my tinnitus problem. Then I found Doctors Patty and Lisa at the Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. Since then, my life has been renewed, and I no longer suffer from the constant irritation of ringing in my ears. You know, I don't get paid to do these messages. I do them because I know and I trust the wonderful work that Doctors Patty and Lisa are doing. Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing has been helping those who suffer with tinnitus for almost 10 years. Wouldn't you rather seek a proven treatment from doctors with that kind of experience? I know I would. If you or someone you know is suffering from ringing in the ears, call Doctors Patty and Lisa today at 303-534-0163 or find them online at helpforringing.com. That's helpforringing.com. lifelock.com.
You know what sucks? Being at a family barbecue, having fun on vacation, or taking a summer drive, then all of a sudden, you remember the IRS. You owe a lot of back taxes, or maybe you haven't filed in years, or worse, you're facing an audit. Talk about spoiling summer fun. But there is a way to put it all behind you and get back on the road to fun with no worry. Call the only tax relief organization I endorse, Larson Tax Relief. And there's a reason they're the only ones. First, I know them personally. I know they care. I know they won't judge you. And I know they are effective at what they do. They will get you the best possible resolution. And that's something you can't do on your own. Let Ron and Jack Larson and their team of experts fight that battle. They've been through it thousands of times. Call 844-LARSON-TAX. That's 844-LARSON-TAX. Or LarsonTaxRelief.com. Meanwhile, get back to having fun. And know Larson Tax Relief is there for you. LarsonTaxRelief.com. 844-LARSON-TAX.
With so much going on in the news,
North Korea's ever closer.
We will have a fair and open process.
I think we have the votes.
We do think that it will wrap up soon.
The reaction to all of it.
This is not the way we think and we live out here.
Is up to you.
We've all got a right to our opinions.
I think people really have had it this year.
This is radio for thinking people.
Your radio show is a conduit for thinking people that are awake and know what's going on.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Stop asking musicians what they think. He sighed softly as he poured himself a second drink, and outside the world slipped over the brink. We all thought we had nothing to lose, that we could trust and cross fingers and horseshoes, that everything will work out no matter what we choose.
No, I don't think I said engine in that last commercial, but I have no qualms about saying engine. I'm part engine. Yeah, let's see what else. I'm reading through the social media comments. Happy Monday, Mr. Brown. Yeah, well, happy Monday to you too. It's a Monday. Angie, why are you commenting as me? Have you hacked my account?
Yes.
I don't like the idea that you are commenting as me.
Too bad.
My buddy Roger out in California. Michael, hypothetically speaking, which state would you do the best job as governor? You know what? Any damn one of them. Which state would need Michael D. Brown the most? Well, I'll leave that up to my listeners to comment about which state needs me the most. Michael whines. Oh, wait a minute. Michael whines a lot, way more than he does on air. Why are you? Okay, so seriously, why are you commenting as me? Are you logged in on my account?
No, I'm not logged in on your account. I just told you this.
Here's the double standard that I live by in this dadgum studio. Angie has all the credentials to all of my social media accounts. Ask me how many credentials to her social media accounts that I have. 0. That's right. A big fat goose egg. I don't think that's fair.
But you're the talent.
Oh, that's right. I'm talent. I hate it when you. Oh, never mind. I'm not going to go down that path. The Parkland talent. Remember, I'm talent. I can't say the word deputy. It's Monday. It's Monday, and guess what? I don't care. The Parkland deputy did an interview. I think it's too early for him to be doing an interview, but he did.
Scott Peterson, who we recall was the armed officer who was blamed for not entering the school during the shooter, later forced to resign. Well, tomorrow on Today, he breaks his silence, his first interview since that fateful day. Would you acknowledge now that, you know, in this really important moment, you missed it?
I have to. I live with that. You know, how could I not? I mean...
So far, so good, right? Yes, he owns up to the fact that he missed it. He didn't do his job. Sometimes you need to learn when to shut up. He should have shut up right there.
I'm human. I mean, in the perfect world, I would have said, oh, yeah, I know there was a shooter in there. Let me go to the 3rd floor, find this person. You know, if I would have at the point, if I would have known, I mean, knowing what I know today, I would have been in that building in a heartbeat. I mean, like I said, it was my kids. I mean, it's just I didn't know. And I mean, I rack my brain. I go, why?
I feel sorry for this guy, and I don't feel sorry for this guy. I didn't listen to the full interview today. He should have stopped when he said, yes, I made a mistake and I live with it every single day. But then to say, had I known there was a shooter on the third floor, well, you see, that's your job. Your job is to then enter the building and seek out the shooter. You're a first responder, not a second or third. You're a good guy with a gun, and you are supposed to enter the building, work your way classroom to classroom, even if he's on the third floor and he's still killing. You don't know that there's not another gunman. So you have to go door to door. If you don't hear any other shots and you hear shots up above you, you start working your way up to the second or the third floor. You listen for the gunfire and you follow the gunfire. Speaking of gunfire, the FBI probably needs to fire this dude. Angie, did you watch this FBI agent doing his little dance moves?
Sure did.
What would you do you have like a one or two, maybe a 2-sentence description of his little dance moves?
They were lacking originality.
Mm-hmm.
And it was sloppy.
Yeah. He kind of struck me as more like he was trying to be a gymnast than a dancer. Have you ever done like backflips with your service weapon on?
I have not.
Would you ever do that?
No.
Is that as dumbass of a move as I think it is?
Maybe.
I would never do that.
Just into the Denver 7 newsroom, just in the last 20 minutes, Denver 7 viewers sent us this video of what appears to show that off-duty FBI agent doing a backflip. And look at this. This is at Mile High Spirits and Distillery in downtown Denver. His gun fell out of his holster. You see the flash from the gun go off. He goes to pick it up. Now, Denver police say they are working with the FBI to investigate this off-duty agent. A man was shot in the leg, but police say he should be fine. We'll have much more on this video and this story coming up tonight on Denver 7 News at 10. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable, because what's even worse is he does the backflip. You see the gun fly out. You see the flash of the gun. He picks the gun up, puts his hands like, oh, I don't know what happened, and walks out. Doesn't even stay to see if anybody's been hurt. I think his career as an FBI agent should be over.
Need a new roof? Call Excel Roofing at 303-761-6400.
Life Certain Wealth Strategies provides financial planning with a focus on forward-looking tax mitigation strategies for those in or near retirement in Colorado. Life Certain Wealth Strategies. Discover the fiduciary difference. Visit lifecertain.com today to begin your planning.
Do you worry about market risk? Hi, this is Carlin Tucker. Would you like to participate in market gains only and receive none of the down ever? Is this possible? Yes, it is. Does such a strategy exist? Yes, it does. Protect your nest egg. Call Tucker Financial. We've been helping folks find the right balance of security, income, and opportunity for 35 years. Call 303-734-1234 or visit retirewithtucker.com. That's 303-734-1234.
This report is brought to you by Pella of Colorado.
It'll be mostly clear tonight with a low of 57. Sunny tomorrow with a slight chance for afternoon storms, a high of 94. A slight chance for afternoon storms on Wednesday, a high of 88.
What makes a Pella window a Pella window? Testing the designs from -40 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit and drenching them in wind-driven rain while offering distinctive looks and detail. Testing beyond standards with style beyond the ordinary. Pella windows and doors. Perfectly beautiful.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. With Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW Denver.
There were more victims. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. Police in Phoenix releasing new information about the suspect in a series of killings. Fox's Gernal Scott has more live.
Lisa, a total of 6 people were killed at the 4 shooting scenes that were found, with possibly more targeted. Police say forensics linked Dwight Lamont Jones to all the killings. Police had to get samples from his family, DNA samples from his family members, to cross-check the DNA on some shell casings. Scottsdale Assistant Chief Rich Slavin said that paid off.
We had a positive hit on Mr. Jones. Now that connects him to all our scenes.
They tracked Jones down after a standoff discovered he had taken his own life. Police are still investigating the scenes. A specific motive not released, Lisa.
Gernal, the White House pushes back after President Trump tweets he has the power to pardon himself.
Hours after the president tweeted, as has been stated by numerous legal scholars, I have the absolute right to pardon myself. White House spokeswoman Sarah Sanders reiterated that a pardon is not necessary because the president has done nothing wrong. But Sanders acknowledged that the president's powers are not absolute.
Certainly no one is above the law.
Neither the Justice Department nor the president's legal team has challenged the constitutionality of the appointment of Robert Mueller as special counsel over a year ago. The Supreme Court decided almost 30 years ago that the appointment of a special counsel is constitutional.
Fox's John Decker at the White House. The ACLU responding following the Supreme Court ruling on a Colorado bakery which refused to bake a cake for a same-sex wedding. Director James Essex.
I think if you look at what the bakery was arguing and what the court did here, the bakery may have won the battle, but it's lost the war.
Fox News, fair and balanced.
When it comes to mortgages, the internet can help you understand a lot of things, like the importance of a good credit score, or the difference between an adjustable rate and a fixed rate mortgage. But when it comes to knowing what's best for you, you need more than an online search. I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans. Sure, information is everywhere, but don't you want knowledge you can trust? A home loan expert working with you personally from start to finish? A solid approval based on real information? Rocket Mortgage gives you options, technology when you want it, and people when you need them. We help you understand the details so you can make a confident decision and get approved in as few as 8 minutes. In fact, for 8 consecutive years, we've been ranked highest in the nation in customer satisfaction for primary mortgage origination by J.D. Power. And we're America's largest mortgage lender. So when you're looking for answers, go online, but start and finish with RocketMortgage.com.
Based on Rocket Mortgage data in comparison to public data records. For J.D. Power award information, visit jdpower.com. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030. Rocket Mortgage results may vary.
KHOW News Time, 5:03.
The big wildfire near Durango gets bigger. The 416 fire is now at 2,250 acres and just 10% containment.
20 air resources, a little over that probably. That includes single engine and heavy tankers, Type 1 and 2 helicopters. Got more than 14 engines on the crew.
Megan Graham with La Plata County says 850 homes have been evacuated. 750 more are on pre-evacuation notice. One of the climbers killed in a weekend accident at Yosemite National Park is from Boulder. Jason Wells and a partner were climbing El Capitan together when they fell. It's a technical climb, so investigators are trying to determine if there were equipment issues or another reason for the accident. In sports, the Rockies say so long to first place. After getting swept by the Dodgers, the Rockies have now lost 4 in a row. They're now a game and a half behind Arizona for the lead in the National League West. They play the Reds tomorrow in Cincinnati. That's the latest. I'm Pat Woodard.
This report is brought to you by LifeLock.
A lot going on this afternoon. Eastbound C470, latest problem spot. Traffic is stopped. It's a medical assist. Eastbound C470 approaching Morrison Road. Left lane is blocked off. Police and fire crews on scene. Eastbound C470 approaching Morrison Road. Jam solid back to Alameda. Eastbound Highway 58, ramp to eastbound 70. That is shut down. That's construction. And a closure in Inglewood. Southbound Santa Fe. Shut down. Dartmouth to Hamden. Bad accident. Get around this Broadway or Federal. Denver's forecast, clear skies tonight, low 58. Tomorrow to be sunny with a high near 93. 87 Wednesday, right now 88 degrees. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHOW.
LifeLock Identity Theft Protection has added Norton Security to help protect you against cyber criminals. Protection for your identity and devices. Go to LifeLock.com, enter promo code RISK for an extra 10% off the low starting price of $7.99 a month. Terms apply.
It's Michael Brown.
You can try to find Michael Brown.
Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job.
This is the Michael Brown Show.
Hold on tight to your dream. Yeah. Hold on tight to your dream.
Okay, I got my. See, I got to go. Where is it? Gotta get over to Article 2. This is today's con law class, and we got a lot of con law stuff to talk about. Here, Article 2. It's about the Presidente. The elector shall. The president shall be committed. The president shall have power. Dadgummit, hang on, because I want to U.S. Constitution, language. Here we go. I know. Hang on. I want to get right here to a particular page, and I should have done it beforehand, but I was busy. The Constitution provides the president with the power of the pardon. And it is an absolute power. And despite what you hear from everybody else, this is a great time to be alive. It's a great time to be alive because there's never been a more significant time to, well, maybe there's been other significant times, but in terms of our lifetimes, maybe with the exception of Watergate. But Watergate's not playing out the way that this Russian probe is playing out because Dick Nixon was not Donald Trump and vice versa. What we see playing out is the same kind of misinformation that we've heard about, that I was describing in the first hour about wildfires. The Constitution of the United States provides that the president shall have the power of pardon except in cases of impeachment. Now, what does that mean? Article 2, Section 2, the president shall have power to grant reprieves and pardons for offenses against the United States, except in cases of impeachment. Everybody is talking about whether or not the president can pardon himself. Now, why are we even talking about this? We're talking about it because the president, once again, sits on the head in his robe at dark 30 in the morning or dark 30 at night, doing the number 2 and tweeting, "Mr. President, stop it. Stop it. I don't care." And I know I'm not going to listen to that Michael Brown again because this is the second time now within the span of an hour that he has criticized my president. He's my president too. And I have told you that I reserve the right to tell you and to talk about the great things that he's doing, which are fantastic, and to talk about the bad things he's doing. And I get that he's not a politician, but he has very little sense of controlling the political message. And I would think that, well, I think he does. Actually, let me rephrase this. I want to phrase this very carefully. The president, as a reality TV star, knows a hell of a lot about controlling the media. What he does not either comprehend or care about is controlling the message. He can manipulate the media better than anybody else I know. But the problem is he steps on himself. We got fantastic job numbers. Do you know that there's a likelihood that the GDP will be revised upward? I don't see any downside, maybe the exception of a little bit of inflation. You know what? I really don't give a rat's ass about a little bit of inflation. As long as the economy's growing, jobs are growing, incomes are growing, wages are growing, go for it. And we are, I think, let's see, maybe tomorrow, we will be 5 months away from the midterm elections. Less than 6 months, 5 months. 5 months away from the midterm elections, in which we have the opportunity to not only keep the U.S. Senate, but to increase our margin in the U.S. Senate. So that if Justice Kennedy decides that it's time to step down, we won't have to worry about a filibuster. We can just, boom, whoever the president wants, as long as he's got the advice and consent of 60 members of the U.S. Senate that are Republicans, which could be the case after November 5, we could get another Justice Scalia, another Justice Alito, another Justice Gorsuch, simply by focusing on the midterm elections and focusing on the economy. So I think he understands how to control and manipulate the media. I don't think he gets it when it comes to controlling the message. If the media had not spent all day long talking about this tweet that he had tweeted about, I might be able to pardon myself, what would be the 2 A topics of the day? Perhaps 3. It would be Bill Clinton's interview on 60 Minutes last night. And it would be Bill Clinton's interview on Today's Show today. Then the third thing it would be the economy, the jobs numbers, the growth, because there would be nothing else. But he allows the tweets, which he knows will be, the tweets suck up all the air in the room. So if he tweets, I had a really big fart last night, that's all they'll talk about. If he would tweet about the job numbers or not tweet at all, the media is then forced to focus on what's the news of the day. And the news of the day is the economy and Bill Clinton. There's nothing better for Republicans than talking about Bill Clinton, particularly in the context that he has put himself out with poor old James Patterson, I think the most prolific seller of books in the history of mankind, 300 million copies of books or something. Just figure out 50 cents a piece. That's $150 million. A buck a piece, $300 million selling books. His royalties are probably much more than that. So $500 million? I don't know. Instead, we're talking about this presidential pardon. And everybody and their dog is talking about, can he do it? Can he not do it? They only talk about it in the context of the pardon itself. It is my belief that the President of the United States can pardon himself for anything other than an impeachment proceeding. He cannot pardon himself and exempt himself from impeachment. Nor can he, if he is convicted on articles of impeachment, pardon himself from the conviction on those articles of impeachment. But if he's got 27 outstanding traffic tickets, he can do that. The Constitution, and we have 2 legal opinions from the Department of Justice, both of which, if they are read broadly, essentially say the same thing. Although if you listen to the media, they will say that, well, back in the 70s, they said that the president can't pardon himself except in cases of impeachment. And then back in the 80s, with George H.W. Bush and the scandal involving Caspar Weinberger and the rest of them, oh yes, the president can pardon himself. But let's take a step back from pardons for a second. Next.
This report is brought to you by LifeLock.
Heavy and slow traffic along the highways. Some new problems out in the Morrison Drive. Eastbound C470 is stopped. Problems medical assist. Eastbound 470 approaching Morrison Road in the left lane. Those jams are solid back to Alameda. And Inglewood, southbound Santa Fe, shut down. Southbound Santa Fe closed. Dartmouth to Hamden, it's a bad crash. Traffic there at a standstill. Get around this, you may want to take Broadway, even Federal. As an accident westbound 70 at Ward Road, that's on the shoulder. And a problem with traffic lights, so short cycling Bellevue at University. Then forecast tonight, clear skies, though 58. Tomorrow to be sunny with a high near 93. Right now, 88 degrees. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHOW.
LifeLock Identity Theft Protection has added Norton Security to help protect you against cyber criminals. Protection for your identity and devices. Go to LifeLock.com, enter promo code RISK for an extra 10% off the low starting price of $7.99 a month. Terms apply.
You know, the average single-family home here in Denver is selling for $502,986, and the average realtor in Denver sells that home for $502,986. But my realtor, Bobby Bolden with RE/MAX Professionals, consistently gets tens of thousands of dollars more. Give you this example. Bobby had a listing in Centennial. The high comps were $550. Bobby sold that listing for $575. I'll do the math for you. That owner got an extra $25,000 in their pocket. So you see, the trick's not getting your house sold in Denver. It's getting maximum dollars for your home, and that's what Bobby does. Out of her own pocket, Bobby will have your home professionally staged with HD photos taken. And then, because Bobby knows the market so well, she's able to get, on average, 10 to 12% more than the average realtor in town. So if you're even thinking about selling your home anywhere up and down the Front Range, I want you to call my realtor, Bobby Bolden. 303-618-2000. 303-618-2000.
The Western Conservative Summit, June 8th and 9th at the Colorado Convention Center, the largest gathering of conservatives outside of Washington, D.C., right here out west. Diamond and Silk will be there, along with the House Freedom Caucus, Candace Owens, Ed Meese, Kirk Cameron, all of Colorado's Republican gubernatorial candidates, and more. 2 full days of stellar speakers, workshops, exhibitor trade show, and more. We'll cover issues like the threat of radical Islam, the sanctity of life, supporting the Second Amendment, school choice, restricting illegal immigration, energy independence, and so much more. Get your tickets at westernconservativesummit.com. That's westernconservativesummit.com, or by calling 877-798-5366. We hope to see you at the Western Conservative Summit, June 8th and 9th at the Colorado Convention Center.
Need to get your drains unclogged? Use Plumbline. It's $93 or free. That's right. If Plumbline can unclog or clean your drains for just $93, there's no charge. If there's a serious problem, Plumbline will identify it and present you with honest options to fix it. They have their own drain division. Most all other companies use third parties. Plumbline Services, $93 or it's free. 303-562-0439. 303-562-0439.
Hi, Dave Logan for the Willow Creek Way Network of Dental Practices. Now, these dental practices are all individually owned, unique practices that follow a common patient care philosophy called the Willow Creek Way. The part of this philosophy that I like best is no judgment. Whether it's been 6 years or 6 months, when you go to a Willow Creek Way Network dentist, you don't get lectured, pressured, or judged. You just get incredible customer service and top-notch dental care. So to experience the Willow Creek Way yourself, go to willowcreekway.com and find an incredible independent dentist near you.
Inkmar Garage Door now offers the ultimate in security and accessibility for your garage door. With LiftMaster MyQ technology, you can receive an alert if your garage door has been left open. LiftMaster can also monitor your garage door from anywhere in the world using your smartphone. Go to inkmar.com today and see the LiftMaster 8550 installed today, and to book an appointment online. Inkmar, everything doors since 1956.
They say that 2 things are inevitable, death and taxes. Well, I'll add another, increasing electricity prices. Hi, it's Ross Kaminsky, and after a lot of consideration, I had a solar generation system installed on my home last year. And I want you to do the same with Bright Street Energy, the same folks whose solar panels are on my roof. It adds value to your home, and it's great to know that when other people's electricity prices go up, yours don't. Schedule your free solar consultation today at brightstreet.com. That's BRITE street.com.
Life Certain Wealth Strategies provides financial planning with a focus on forward-looking tax mitigation strategies for those in or near retirement in Colorado. Life Certain Wealth Strategies. Discover the fiduciary difference. Visit lifecertain.com today to begin your planning.
Save more with Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Hey Todd, Liberty Mutual just saved me $782.
Liberty did what?
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Maybe I should switch to Liberty Mutual.
Visit us online to... Hey, stop echoing.
Sorry.
Visit us online to get a quote and you could save $782. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Based on a recent countrywide new customer survey, coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company, Equal Housing Insurer.
The expensive mattress you're considering buying is a waste of money. Hi, I'm Christian von Rickenbach, founder of HelixSleep.com, the only place to get a customized mattress starting at just $600. Just go to HelixSleep.com, fill out our 2-minute sleep survey, and we'll design a mattress made just for you with a 100-night sleep trial and financing as low as 0%. And during our Memorial Day sale, go to helixsleep.com/talkradio and you'll get up to $150 towards your mattress order. That's helixsleep.com/talkradio.
Tom Martino, the troubleshooter. Tomorrow morning at 10.
The heartbreak and pain of addiction. We're going to talk about it and offer suggestions on the Troubleshooter Show tomorrow at 10.
Troubleshooter Tom Martino on 630 KHOW.
To this day, when I hear that song, I see you standing there on that lawn. Discount shades, store-bought tan, flip-flops and cut-off jeans. Somewhere between that setting sun, I'm on fire, I'm born to run. You looked at me and I was done, but we were just getting started.
Yeah, Uncle Joe called me out. So the example I gave about Trump being able to pardon himself for traffic tickets, okay, right, it has to be a federal offense. He can pardon himself for a federal offense. So let's pretend that he got speeding tickets or parking tickets from the Capitol Police. Be a federal offense. So he could pardon himself for that. That's not the point, though. Forget about pardons for a second. Just know that the president's power of pardon is virtually unlimited. The qualifier in the Constitution is except in matters of impeachment. So everybody has spent all day long talking about, can the president pardon himself or not pardon himself? I argue that he can. The Constitution does not say, for example, and he shall have power to grant reprieves and pardons for offenses against the United States, except in cases of impeachment or except in cases of himself. It doesn't say that. He shall have power to grant reprieves and pardons for offenses against the United States, comma. And then the only qualifier is, except in cases of impeachment. Here is the brilliance of the founders' drafting of the Constitution. Monarchies had the power of pardon to right what they believed were injustices. Because sometimes the law is an ass, and sometimes you may be legally guilty of something, but the conviction is unjust. The constitutions carried over from the monarchies that power to pardon, to right injustices, and that is probably the broadest power, other than taking immediate action to protect the United States from an invading enemy. One of the broadest powers the president has. So while there are smart people like Judge Knapp who argue
off the highs of the day, but we're still up 200 points. We're at 24,841, up 206. President Trump tweeting this about the Mueller probe this morning. Here it is. As has been stated by numerous legal scholars, I have the absolute right to pardon myself. But why would I do that when I've done nothing wrong?
Totally unnecessary tweet. Totally unnecessary tweet. How about a tweet about how great the economy is? How about a tweet about how Maxine had a campaign rally and only 10 millennials showed up? How about a tweet about, I don't know, how Bill Clinton made an ass of himself on his book tour? How about a tweet about anything except this? But he did, so let's deal with it.
In the meantime, the never-ending witch hunt, led by 13 very angry and conflicted Democrats, continues into the midterms. His lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, said over the weekend the president could pardon himself, but won't.
Rudy, shut up. Quit trying your client's case because it puts you on the TV. Just go deal with Mueller.
Judge Napolitano is here. Why are they saying stuff like it? Makes people think that maybe Mueller's got something.
You know, this started, in fairness to Mayor Giuliani, who I've not hesitated to criticize, but this started yesterday when Chuck Todd on NBC said to him, out of the blue, can the president pardon himself? I don't think he should have answered that question, because by answering it, he has ginned up the conversation, the likes of which you just generated with me now. Is there something to hide? Then it causes the president to tweet. Legal scholars say, I can pardon myself, but I won't because I didn't do anything wrong. Just the very mention, pardoning oneself, is so contrary to the rule of law that one can't be a judge in one's own case, even though the pardon...
And here's where Judge Knapp and I diverge. There is a concept of jurisprudence that says you can't be both the judge and the jury, you can't be the judge of yourself, blah, 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 blah. That's just a concept. That's not a statute. That's not a rule. That's not a policy. That's not a regulation. That's a concept of jurisprudence. Nothing more, nothing less.
Power is absolute. It boggles the mind that the president and his lawyers would be considering or thinking about this, even in the hypothetical.
It should never have been mentioned, never been brought up
Correct.
At all. But what about this one? Now, I believe it's Rudy Giuliani also said, Mr. Trump, the president, cannot be subpoenaed or...
Okay, enough. So you heard Judge Knapp's argument. He can't pardon himself because of this concept of jurisprudence that says you can't be the judge of yourself. Well, the founders actually said, yes, you can. You have the complete power of pardon, except in cases of impeachment. Now, why do I extrapolate from that the founders intended that the president could actually pardon himself? Because the only exception is an exception that applies back to him. Impeachment. In cases of impeachment. Now, it could also apply to other cases of impeachment, but I think it applies to him. Now, why is this important? Because what nobody's talking about is this very simple concept. The founders put in place that if the president did, for example, decide to pardon himself for actually having committed a crime or something, say an actual obstruction of justice, an actual criminal act, he could pardon himself. That's not the end of the story. Because if the president were to pardon himself, if he were to believe that he had obstructed justice, if he believes that he actually did, lie under oath or something in this investigation, he could pardon himself. That leads to the next step then. Articles of impeachment. And if the Congress, the House of Representatives, thinks that he is usurping his power, overreaching his power, abusing his power, committing a high crime and misdemeanor, the process of impeachment, which is a political process, has been put in there so that a separate but equal branch of government can then remove the president for something that they believe is an overstep of his constitutional authority, or that they believe is in the best interest of the country. We have a political solution for a president that might do something that scholars might disagree upon. Some scholars say he can, some scholars say he can't. I say, who cares? Who cares? Because until he actually does it, then we get to go to the next step, which is impeachment. You see how wonderful our system is? And everybody calls this a constitutional crisis. No, it's not a crisis. It may be a political crisis, but it's not a constitutional crisis. This is precisely how it is supposed to work. So everybody take a freaking deep breath. The president can do it, in my opinion, but if he does, we have a political remedy.
This is Denver's talk station. Michael Brown continues after the news on 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. KHOW, Denver.
From the Fox Business Network on Wall Street, all the major averages closing in the green as stocks continue to ride the May jobs report wave. Among the leaders today, tech companies, retailers, and banks, while energy companies fell along with the price of oil. The Dow closing up 178 points, the Nasdaq up 52 for a new record close, and the S&P 500 up 12. And the man who brought Starbucks to life is stepping down. Howard Schultz, executive chair of the coffee giant, will leave the company at the end of the month, according to a memo sent to employees today. Schultz, the visionary leader of the modern Starbucks, overseeing its expansion from a single coffee shop that opened in Seattle's Pike Place Market back in 1971 and growing it into the iconic brand it is today with more than 28,000 locations in 77 countries. Schultz will be honored with the title of Chairman Emeritus effective on June 26th. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Hillary Barsky.
Hey, honey.
Hi.
Sitting in the garage again, huh?
Yeah?
All alone?
Yeah.
On our son's bicycle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to be without your bike, so do something easy and protect it with Progressive Motorcycle Insurance. And when you ride with us for 4 straight years without an accident, we won't count your first one against you, no matter how much it costs. Visit Progressive.com to quote today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Accident forgiveness not available in all states.
This report is brought to you by LifeLock.
Slowdowns on the I-25 drive. Both directions crowded. Traveling downtown to the tech center. Problem with an accident south on I-25 past the Alameda Bridge. That's on the shoulder. Had a problem south on I-25 down near Wolfensberger. That crash is gone. Traffic is still backed up, looking a lot better. Medical assist eastbound C470 approaching Morrison Road. That's in the left lane. You're jammed up to I-70. Over in Inglewood, southbound Santa Fe remains shut down. Dartmouth to Hamden, bad crash. And report of an accident eastbound 70 at York. That's in the right lane. Then the forecast tonight, clear skies, low 58. Tomorrow to be sunny with a high near 93. Right now it's 91. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHOW.
LifeLock Identity Theft Protection has added Norton Security to help protect you against cyber criminals. Protection for your identity and devices. Go to LifeLock.com, enter promo code RISK for an extra 10% off the low starting price of $7.99 a month. Terms apply.
Hey, let's roll back to a time when railroads dominated the Rocky Mountain landscape. The Wiley Bunch, led by Butch Cassidy and the Sunrise Kid, are going to be joining us for Railroad Days at the Loop, the Georgetown Loop Railroad, and we expect there's going to be some trouble. We're going to have a few engines on display at the Silver Plume Train Yard, a model train display in the Car Museum, and some living exhibits so that you can experience life in the Old West. June 2nd, 3rd, 9th, and 10th. You can call now for reservations at 888-456-6777. That's 888-456-6777, or you can do it the way I would do it. Go online. GeorgetownLoopRR.com. That's GeorgetownLoopRR.com. And we're going to figure out a way when I'm going to get up there and I'm going to ride the 145 or the 310 train, and I'll host that train. So get online, make a reservation. Go ride the Georgetown Loop Railroad. It's a fantastic trip. You got family coming in from out of town? Make a reservation. GeorgetownLoopRR.com.
If you're looking for a new IT provider to support your business, then you need to speak with my friends at Machine Logic. Hi, it's Ross Kaminsky, and Denver-based Machine Logic is an award-winning IT firm providing excellent technical support and guidance on all the latest technologies for business. From Office 365 and network security to cloud computing and data backup, Machine Logic's comprehensive approach to IT will help your business thrive. Visit MachineLogic.com today and learn why they're the IT partner your company needs. That's MachineLogic.com.
If you plan on buying or selling a home, listen to this important message from Rex. There's no longer any reason to pay 6% to sell your home. Introducing Rex Real Estate. Rex sells homes for the lowest fee in the industry, 2% total, saving Denver homeowners tens of thousands of dollars per transaction. With Rex Real Estate, you get a full-service team backed by technology. They don't market homes the way traditional agents do. Rex uses big data and machine learning to attract hundreds of qualified buyers directly to your home the moment it goes on the market. And Rex Real Estate charges only 2% total, not the 6% commission your local broker expects. Get started now by calling 833-REX-HOME. Rex can also help you buy a home. Your licensed Rex agent will arrange showings, negotiate offers, guide you through escrow, and even get you pre-qualified for a mortgage at the lowest available rate. Rex is with you every step of the way. To speak with a Rex representative, call now at 833-REX-HOME. That's 833-REX-HOME. License number 100077876.
Student loans, car loans, high-interest credit card loans, debt adds up for all of us, but there are ways around it. Hey guys, it's Ross Kaminsky for my friends at American Financing, and I'm here to remind you that refinancing your home loan is an easy way to save a lot of money. Think of it this way. A lower interest rate means lower monthly bill payments, and mortgage interest rates are far more competitive than a student loan or credit card rate. I'm talking rates in the low single digits versus rates in the high double digits. Why wouldn't you consolidate that high interest debt by refinancing your mortgage? You'll speak with a salary-based mortgage consultant who will customize a loan to fit your needs. They're already saving customers up to $1,000 a month, plus there are no upfront fees at American Financing. You could close on your new loan in as fast as 10 days and may be able to postpone up to 60 days of mortgage payments. Get in touch with American Financing at 303-695-7000 or online at americanfinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
I got smoke in my hair, my clothes thrown everywhere. Woke up in my rocking chair, holding a beer in my hand, sporting a neon tan. My stereo cranked up, I can't find my truck. How'd I get home from the club? Ain't got a clue what went down.
The name of the case, Masterpiece Cake Shop Limited, et al., that means everybody else, versus the Colorado Civil Rights Commission, et al., everybody else. Certiorari to the Court of Appeals of Colorado. They sent it back to the Court of Appeals of Colorado. It's a 7-2 decision. And I've heard some people comment, this is the case where the baker refused to bake the wedding cake for two gay guys. This case goes back to 2012, I think. I don't know. It's a long time ago. It's a 7-2 decision. Now, I've heard some people say, some news people say ignorantly, well, it's a narrow case. And in response to that, people say, well, how can it be narrow when it was 7-2? That's not what narrow means. A majority of the court, Justice Kennedy, the swing justice, wrote the opinion. Concurring in that opinion, you got Kennedy. Then in concurring in the opinion, you got Chief Justice Roberts, Justice Breyer, Justice Alito, Justice Kagan, Justice Gorsuch, and Justice Thomas. Now, to be fair to Justice Thomas, he concurred in part in the majority opinion and wrote his own concurring opinion. But nonetheless, it's a 7-2 decision. So when you hear the media talk about a narrow decision, and conservatives respond, it's not narrow, it was 7-2. No, conservatives, shut up. It was 7-2, which is broad-based, but it was narrow in the legal reasoning. It was narrow in the focus of the court's decision. And the court found very simply this, that the Colorado Human Rights Commission, or whatever we call this dumbass organization in Colorado, what do we call this stupid thing? I don't know. It doesn't make any difference. The Civil Rights Commission, the Colorado Civil Rights Commission, they found that that group did not take into consideration Masterpiece Baker's religious beliefs. Not only did they not take that into account, but they were, what's a good word for it? They were, let's just read it. Oh, let me find out. Where did I put this? There was one particular word here that they used. They did not give the neutral and respectful consideration to which Phillips, that's the baker, was entitled, that it was compromised here. The Civil Rights Commission's treatment of his case has some elements of a clear and impermissible hostility toward the sincere religious beliefs that motivated his objection. That's really all you need to know right there. Is the Supreme Court said, wait, hold on, buccos. You did not even take into consideration his sincere religious beliefs, and he is entitled to those beliefs under the First Amendment. You were hostile to him. They even quoted some stuff in here. But let's work our way through it if I can get through in the next couple of segments. In the opinion, they write, our society has come to the recognition that gay persons and gay couples cannot be treated as social outcasts or as inferior in dignity and worth. And for that reason, some laws and the Constitution can, and in some instances must, protect them in their exercise of their civil rights. Notice in some, but not in all. Then they go on to say, when it comes to weddings, listen closely. Now, this is just in the opinion. This is not necessarily a ruling, but it tells you a little bit about what the court's thinking. When it comes to weddings, it can be assumed that a member of the clergy who objects to gay marriage on moral and religious grounds could not be compelled to perform the ceremony without denial of his or her right to the free exercise of religion. So the court recognizes we've got a conflict here. We've got a conflict because in some situations, a gay couple is entitled to certain constitutional protections. But in some of those situations, such as a clergy, they too are entitled to constitutional protections. So we got a conflict. The court says this refusal, for example, by a clergy, would well be understood in our constitutional order as an exercise of religion, an exercise that gay persons could recognize and accept without serious diminishment to their own dignity and worth. Yet, if that exception were not confined, then a long list of persons who provide goods and services for marriages and weddings might refuse to do so for gay persons, thus resulting in a community-wide stigma inconsistent with the history and dynamics of civil rights laws that ensure equal access to goods, services, and public accommodations. Here's what they're doing. They're setting up a test. Now, they didn't decide the test because they got a whole bunch of other cases, and the Supreme Court always finds the most narrow way to make a decision until they are forced, based on the cases in front of them, to make a broad decision. That's the court's rules. That's how they operate. So if we can find a narrow way to decide this case, they did. And in this case, they did. That narrow case was this. The Colorado Civil Rights Commission was hostile and refused to take into consideration Jack Phillips's religious beliefs. They even went so far as to say, quoting some commissioner, I would also like to reiterate what we said in the hearing or the last meeting. Freedom of religion and religion has been used to justify all kinds of discrimination throughout history, whether it be slavery, whether it be the Holocaust, whether it be, we can list hundreds of situations where freedom of the religion has been used to justify discrimination. And to me, listen, it is one of the most despicable pieces of rhetoric that people can use to use their religion to hurt others. The court wrote this: to describe a man's faith as one of the most despicable pieces of rhetoric that people can use is to disparage his religion in at least two distinct ways, by describing it as despicable and also by characterizing it as merely rhetorical, something insubstantial and even sincere. They ripped the Colorado Civil Rights Commission a new one, a great big new a-hole. Because you know what the court's saying? You guys were a-holes. You dismissed as you were hostile to the baker's religious beliefs, and that's unacceptable. So we're sending it back, and we're going to force you to rehear this.
This report is brought to you by LifeLock.
Back up 70 I-70 drive, crowded on both sides of the highway. Eastbound I-70 at York, that accident just cleared. All lanes of eastbound 70 open, but running pretty slow from Pecos on over to York. 270, always a tough drive. Stop and go traffic there. I-25, downtown at the Tech Center busy. Was an accident southbound at Alameda. That's been taken care of. A big crash in Inglewood. Southbound lanes of Santa Fe shut down. Between Dartmouth and Hamden, avoid the area. Federal or Broadway be your alternate. And a problem with the traffic lights, Bellevue and University. Denver's forecast. Tonight, clear skies, low of 58. Tomorrow to be sunny with a high near 93. Right now, 90 degrees. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Phelan, 630 KHAL.
LifeLock Identity Theft Protection has added Norton Security to help protect you against cyber criminals. Protection for your identity and devices. Go to LifeLock.com, enter promo code RISK for an extra 10% off the low starting price of $7.99 a month. Terms apply.
Hey, if you're wanting to remodel your kitchen or bath, or frankly, if you're in the middle of remodeling your kitchen or bath, I want you to call Brian at Professional Home Design. Brian and Professional Home Designs handles everything from putting in the cabinets, countertops, plumbing, electrical fixtures. You get the idea. There's no part of the job that he's not both qualified and certified to do. Here's how it works. Brian meets with you at your home, goes over what you want to have done. From there, you go to a showroom and you pick out all your fixtures, tile, countertops, whatever else you need. And then Brian and Professional Home Designs buys everything at cost, which means you get it at cost. No markups. That means it's cheaper, quicker, and easier to hire Professional Home Designs than it is to do it yourself or to hire somebody else. I'm going to give you Brian's cell phone. I want to tell you why. You can call Brian, or you can even text him a picture of the room that you want remodeled, and he can get working on a bid just from that picture. So call or text Brian right now, 720-369-8998, 720-369-8998.
Spin it, spin it, spin it with Spin Blend.
If you're just mixing your summer salads and sandwiches with mayonnaise or Miracle Whip, you're doing it wrong. But if you're spinning your summer salads and sandwiches with Spin Blend real salad dressing, you're doing it right. Unlike Miracle Whip, Spin Blend uses no high fructose corn syrup, so you know what you're serving is healthier and naturally delicious. So don't just make a sandwich, spin it. Don't just mix a salad, spin it with Spin Blend real salad dressing.
Spin it, spin it, spin it with Spin Blend.
Hi folks, Dan Cicchini, owner of Done Right Kitchens, Baths, Windows, and Doors. In remodeling, stuff happens, but it's not what happens, it's what we do about what happens that really counts. When we take care of our customers, they take care of us. At Done Right, we've got your back. 800-362-8370.
Time changes everything. For me, becoming a single parent of 2 young kids changed my ability to use my timeshare. And when my annual maintenance fees nearly tripled over a 3-year period, I had to get out. I'm Brandon Reed, founder of Timeshare Exit Team. We will legally get you out of your timeshare you can't use or afford. Schedule your free consultation. If we can't get you out, we will give you a full refund.
Call 844-955-EXIT. That's 844-955-EXIT or timeshareexitteam.com.
Hey gang, Michael Brown here for Mike Ward Infinity. Now, if you're looking for an Infinity, a Maserati, a Fiat Alfa Romeo, or heck, even a McLaren, I want you to go see my old high school buddy Mike Ward. He's over at C470 in Lucin. Go by there, and when you do, be sure and tell him that Michael Brown sent you. And as Mike says, just drive it.
Do you worry about market risk? Hi, this is Carlin Tucker. Would you like to participate in market gains only and receive none of the down ever? Is this possible? Yes, it is. Does such a strategy exist? Yes, it does. Protect your nest egg. Call Tucker Financial. We've been helping folks find the right balance of security, income, and opportunity for 35 years. Call 303-734-1234 or visit retirewithtucker.com. That's 303-734-1234.
This is Troy with Technoglass. We've been making auto glass easy for over 25 years. Every Technoglass replacement comes with free rock chip repairs for life and a 12-month no breakage guarantee. Visit Technoglass.com. Call 720-405-8000.
Ever drive up to your home, push the garage door opener remote, and have nothing happen? Inkmar Garage Door and the LiftMaster 8550 belt drive opener with a battery backup and MyQ technology will get you in your garage every time, even when the power is out. The LiftMaster app will let you operate your opener from your phone. Don't get locked out. Go to inkmar.com to book an appointment and make sure to ask for the 8550 from LiftMaster. Inkmar, everything doors since 1956.
Finding a good roofer is tough with so many new companies. Who can you trust? Roof Corp has been serving the Denver area for over 20 years, and they've installed over 15,000 roofs. They're A+ rated with the BBB, factory certified and approved by all insurance companies. Roof Corp is the name you can trust. If your roof is worn out or damaged by hail, contact Roof Corp today and make them one of your bids. Call Roof Corp at 303-548-5000 or visit them at roofingexperts.com.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head, and just over $30,000. That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask like 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. Optima Tax Relief. They're the best in the business.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-960-1575. 800-960-1575.
Optima Tax Relief.
Ryan! I don't know how else to say this, so I'll just say it.
What is it, Linda?
I think we should see other people.
Are you breaking up with me? On a roller coaster?
Well, we do have a lot of fun. Maybe we should stay together.
An emotional roller coaster? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much you could save by switching to Geico.
I just need a little me time.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Sunday morning, man, she woke up fighting mad. On and on about the time I had. And by Tuesday, you could say that girl was good as gone.
I told Angie, I was just listening to some of these commercials, and it just dawned on me that those of us who pay our taxes, would we just be better off like not paying and then hiring one of these companies, and then we could end up paying less than we actually owe? It's starting to irritate me when I think about my tax return. I'm starting to get a little PO'd. Now, I understand that if you're a business owner and you're making a decision whether to pay your payroll taxes or to keep the doors open, I get that sometimes people make dumb decisions, and well, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But I don't know. I just kind of, why does it rub me wrong today, Angie? What are you eating?
Broccoli.
Are you eating a wedding cake in there? Are you eating a gay wedding cake?
I would like
straight
one.
Wedding cake? Do you like wedding cake?
It's cake.
I like Italian wedding cake.
I don't know the difference.
Back to the case. Masterpiece Cake Shop versus Colorado Civil Rights Commission. So it was a narrow decision in this sense, in the sense that they focused on the Colorado Civil Rights Commission and their hostility toward Jack Phillips, the baker. Listen to this. For the reasons just described, this is the court's majority opinion. For the reasons just described, the commission's treatment of Phillips' case violated Colorado's duty under the First Amendment not to base laws or regulations on hostility to a religion or religious viewpoint. The court has made clear, citing another case, the court has made clear that the government, if it is to respect the Constitution's guarantee of free exercise of religion, cannot impose regulations that are hostile to the religious beliefs of affected citizens, and the government cannot act in a manner that passes judgment upon or presupposes the illegitimacy of religious beliefs and practices, which is what the Colorado Civil Rights Commission did. I hate those goobers. I actually despise those goobers, because when you read the transcript of what they said, poor old Jack Phillips walked in there. And the Civil Rights Commission had an agenda. We don't care how religious you are. We don't give a rat's ass about your religion. All we care about is being politically correct. And we got two gay guys here that want a wedding cake. And by damn, you're going to make it. And we don't care what you think. And in fact, as I pointed out, that one commissioner was so hostile that he invoked the Holocaust. I mean, we can list hundreds of situations where freedom of religion has been used to justify discrimination. And to me, it is one of the most despicable pieces of rhetoric that people can use to use their religion to hurt others. Tell me this. Does anybody, well, probably a bunch of dumbass lefties do, I think even most gay people, the gay people that I know, would say he wasn't trying to hurt those two guys. He truly believed it was against his religion to do so. And every not that this doesn't mean that everybody believes this, but every gay person that I have spoken to about this case were like, why didn't they just go somewhere else? And when I press them on it, they admit, yeah, they were just trying to make a point. How many bakeries do you think would be willing to bake that cake? And I will still remind you that Stephen Crowder and my buddy Ben Howe went to Dearborn, Michigan, and walked into a Muslim bakery and presented themselves as two, they're not, they're both heterosexual. They presented themselves as a gay couple that wanted a gay wedding cake. And every Muslim bakery they went to, sitting in the United States of America, refused to bake them a cake and said, no, we don't do that, but you might try this bakery or that bakery or another bakery, but we don't do it. And nobody said a word. Nobody. Back to the court's decision. The free exercise clause of the First Amendment bars even subtle departures from neutrality on matters of religion. Here, that means the Colorado Commission was obligated under the free exercise clause to proceed in a manner neutral and tolerant of the baker's religious beliefs. The Constitution commits government itself to religious tolerance, and upon even slight suspicion that proposals for state intervention stem from animosity to religion or distrust of religious practices, all officials must pause to remember their high duty to the Constitution and to the rights that it secures. Amen and amen. But the bottom line is, the court said, we are going to find that they were so hostile to Jack Phillips that we're not going to make a decision on the test of how do you balance these conflicting rights. And instead, because you were so hostile, we're going to send it back to the Colorado Court of Appeals. And we're going to make you reevaluate this. And then it will go back to the Supreme Court. And by that time, they will have heard other cases. And then they will have 4, 5, 6, or a dozen cases. And then we'll get a broad ruling that defines the test of how you balance these constitutional rights.
Need a new roof? Get the best. ExcelRoofing.com.
Life Certain Wealth Strategies provides financial planning with a focus on forward-looking tax mitigation strategies for those in or near retirement in Colorado. Life Certain Wealth Strategies. Discover the fiduciary difference. Visit lifecertain.com today to begin your planning.
Now's the perfect time to join a fan club at Isle Casino Hotel Blackhawk. New members can win up to $1,000 in fan play or other great prizes just for signing up. Everyone's a winner and membership is free. Plus, provide a valid email address and you'll receive $5 in free fan play. Stop by Isle Casino Hotel Blackhawk and sign up today. Must be 21. All terms, conditions, rewards, and benefits are subject to change or revocation without notice. Eligibility and exceptions apply. See official rules. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
This report is brought to you by LifeLock.
It'll be mostly clear tonight with a low of 57. Sunny tomorrow with a slight chance for afternoon storms, a high of 94. A slight chance for afternoon storms on Wednesday, a high of 88.
LifeLock Identity Theft Protection has added Norton Security to help protect you against cyber criminals. Protection for your identity and devices. Go to LifeLock.com, enter promo code RISK for an extra 10% off the low starting price of $7.99 a month. Terms apply.
This is Denver's talk station. Michael Brown continues after the news on 630 KHOW,
An iHeart radio station.
KHOW, Denver.
Pushback on pardons. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. President Trump once again tweeting about the Russia probe and what he would do if he faced criminal charges.
President Trump began his 500th day in office by igniting a firestorm of legal and political debate, diving back into the Russia investigation in a breakfast tweet insisting, as has been stated by numerous legal scholars, I have the absolute right to pardon myself. But why would I do that when I have done nothing wrong? The pardon issue surfaced in a 20-page letter President Trump's outside counsel wrote to Robert Mueller in January. The letter, obtained by Fox News, laid out myriad reasons why Mueller has no legal standing to ask for an interview with the president.
Fox's John Roberts at the White House, and the president rescinding the invitation to the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles to come to the White House tomorrow after the team disagreed with the president's call for players to stand for the national anthem. The president said the team wanted to send a smaller delegation, but he declined. Last week, the NFL clarified their policy on the national anthem, saying if players are on the field, they must stand for the anthem, but they may remain in the locker room during the anthem if they choose. Police in Arizona releasing the name of the suspect in a string of killings.
His name is Dwight Lamont Jones. He's a male, 56 years old. He is currently deceased.
Scottsdale Police Assistant Chief Rich Slavin, who says Jones died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. One of those police say he killed a well-known forensic psychiatrist who worked on the JonBenet Ramsey investigation. The number of known dead from the eruption of a volcano in Guatemala now at 62. Only 13 of those bodies have so far been identified. The volcano west of Guatemala City erupted yesterday, burying towns in hot ash and mud. They give residents who live near it little time to escape. Fox News, fair and balanced.
Hi, I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans. You know, I believe buying a home is almost always a better idea than renting. But if the fear of a big down payment is holding you back, I've got some good news. Today, the average down payment for first-time home buyers is a lot less than 20%. And here's the best part. Our mortgage experts at Quicken Loans can help you find a variety of mortgage options that may require as little as 3% down. Now add to that Rocket Mortgage. It gives you a solid approval in as few as 8 minutes, which will give you an edge over other buyers. Here's something else to consider. For 8 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction for primary mortgage origination. So don't let the fear of a high down payment hold you back. Call America's largest mortgage lender at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com. That's 800-QUICKEN.
Based on Rocket Mortgage data in comparison to public data records. For J.D. Power award information, visit jdpower.com. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
KHOW News Time, 6:03.
The U.S. Supreme Court is handing over a win to a Lakewood baker who would not make a wedding cake for a gay couple because of his religious beliefs. The court says the Colorado Civil Rights Commission violated the baker's rights by displaying hostility about his religious beliefs. Baker Jack Phillips says he refused the couple's request because a wedding cake carries religious symbolism. He says he will sell to anybody.
I don't discriminate against anybody. I serve everybody who comes in the store, including David and Charlie, and if they came in today, I would serve them.
Lambda Legal is the country's oldest and largest LGBT legal organization. Rachel Tiven is CEO of Lambda Legal. She says they will still work to fight dangerous discrimination.
This is very disappointing, right? Today's decision should have been a really strong
a really strong endorsement of long-standing principles of equality law.
State Attorney General says the Supreme Court left open many legal questions that will have to be decided in future litigation. That's the latest. I'm Karen Trinidad.
This report is brought to you by Shell.
Traveling in the Inglewood area, big delays continue along Santa Fe. All lanes of southbound Santa Fe have reopened. Between Dartmouth and Hamden was shut down most of the afternoon with a big accident. May want to avoid that stretch. Still have some pretty heavy traffic along southbound Santa Fe. An accident on the highway along eastbound I-70 at York. Crash is gone. All lanes of eastbound 70 reopened. Jam ups on that 270 drive. Stop and go both directions. And a problem on Bellevue at University. Traffic lights are short cycling. Big delays on Bellevue. Denver's forecast, clear skies tonight, low of 58. Tomorrow to be sunny with a high near 93. Right now, 87 degrees. With traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHAL.
Premium engine performance starts at Shell with Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline. Get unsurpassed protection against gunk, unbeatable protection against corrosion, and their best protection against wear.
Hey, Mikey. It's Michael Brown.
You can try to find Michael Brown.
Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job.
This is the Michael Brown Show.
Hold on tight to your dream. Yeah. Hold on tight to your dream.
Here we go. Got a lot to cover. The president's tweets also caused somebody else to go ballistic. But in this case, I'll defend the tweet. You see, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. Sometimes, let's just take a moment. Let's take a little inventory. I don't know why people have to be so defensive about Donald Trump. Every single president, when Obama was president, if we acted like Democrats do today and opposed everything he did, which I think I probably did, I can't think of anything that he did that I approved of except golf, because I figured every time he was golfing, the country was probably a little safer. Every single president, even as bad as Barack Obama was, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but somewhere, somehow, there may have been one or two things that he did that I might have agreed with. Then, George W. Bush. Why is it that it's okay for us to say good things about Bush, and that we also disagree with Bush about stuff? But when it comes to Trump, if you say anything critical, people become so defensive to the point that they won't even listen to you. They won't even, they just, I've tried to have a couple of conversations with some friends of mine that if I say, well, but I think, I'll give you an example of a conversation that I had. John Bolton, the president's new national security advisor, him as Ambassador John Bolton, the mustache. He came in after he was appointed. And I have no problem with John Bolton other than what he did, because I tend to agree mostly with his worldview of things, other than I think he would like to see the United States get involved in a lot of places I don't necessarily think we ought to get involved in. But he did something that I think is a horrible mistake that tends to happen with people who love power. John Bolton came in, and the national security apparatus within the White House was bifurcated. It was bifurcated between the National Security Council and the Homeland Security Council. Now, I don't like the Department of Homeland Security, but I think in order for the Department of Homeland Security and all of its 22 departments and agencies that it subsumed to have an ear at the White House, there needed to be a domestic or Homeland Security Council. And you have over here the separate National Security Council that dealt more with international affairs, Department of Defense matters, NSA matters. And the Homeland Security Council dealt with cybersecurity and dealt with things that DHS and DHS, ICE, Customs and Border Protection, FEMA, Secret Service, the drug czar, all of these different people that are domestic issues needed to have their own office within the White House. Bolton came in and got rid of it because he wanted to consolidate all of that power and authority to himself, and I think that's wrong. And I think I've got legitimate reasons to explain why. Even though I don't like DHS, if DHS is going to exist, then I want DHS and all of those different components to have an opportunity to be heard at the highest levels in the White House. That doesn't exist anymore. I think it's a huge mistake. Now, is that a Trump mistake? Well, yeah, I don't think he should have allowed it to happen. I think he should have told Bolton, okay, I'm going to bring you in as the National Security Council, the National Security Advisor. Here's your portfolio. This other portfolio over here belongs to the Homeland Security Council. And you can't have any of that portfolio. Keep those two bifurcated. But Trump didn't do it, and so here we are. I just think that we ought to be a little more circumspect. We ought to be a little more capable of admitting to the good things and criticizing the bad things. It doesn't mean that we're on the side of the lefties. It doesn't mean that we're on the side of people that want to see him impeached for a non-existent collusion matter. We don't want to see him impeached or convicted or dragged through the mud anymore because we all know that this Russia investigation is a bunch of hocus pocus. But everybody conflates that. And truthfully, it drives me up the freaking wall. Because the one thing that we ought to be able to do, which we are losing the capability of doing, is to have differences of opinion and not just clam up and say, oh, well, if you disagree with me on this, then you must be a left-wing nut job. No. I've got a legitimate reason here why I think that this is a wrong policy or a wrong move, or politically I would not do this because I'm more I would like to see Trump, or at least the Republicans, win the presidency in 2020. I'd like to see more Republicans elected to the U.S. Senate because I'd like to see a filibuster-proof majority, supermajority, 2/3 of Republicans in the U.S. Senate, and I'd like to maintain the House of Representatives. Because after all, that's where tax policy, that's where spending starts. I want Republicans there. So why is it okay for me to criticize Republican members of Congress, but not okay to criticize a Republican chief executive? I think people get way too defensive. Anyway, Stephanie Rule over at MSNBC is all in the dithering. She's dithering because Trump tweeted the jobs numbers before they were officially released.
I completely understand why the economy is a win for the president. But to send this tweet out 1 hour before it becomes public, the lockup around this number couldn't be taken more seriously in Washington and Wall Street.
So the security around these numbers is incredible. Where Eamon just was in the lockup, I've been there before. I've been there with Eamon before. They take away your cell phone. They put you in a room. You're allowed to look at the numbers. You don't have any access to the internet. If I were to, before 8:30, text my wife and say the job numbers look good, I think I'm going to be home late, I would never work in financial journalism again. These numbers are so tightly guarded because it's not just the top line number. It's all of this detail about different industries that are tradable.
Tradable. And that's why we should be very discreet about the numbers, because people trade on these numbers. But I sometimes think, and look, I don't think that Trump should have tweeted out the information about the jobs numbers, but let's go back in time.
626,000. Tomorrow we're expecting another dismal jobs report on top of the 2.6 million jobs that we lost last year. We've lost 500,000 jobs each month for the last 2 months.
Oh, but nobody said a word about that. So Barack Obama projected in advance of releasing the jobs numbers. He tried to lower expectations. We're going to get a really crappy jobs report tomorrow. In fact, it's going to be pretty dismal. Tomorrow, it's going to be dismal. And the media didn't say a damn thing. Nothing. Just another double standard. But that just means it's another day ending in a Y.
The Flood Control District of the 7-county metro area.
Slowdowns continue on the I-25 drive, traveling downtown to the tech center. Problem with a medical assist on southbound I-25 over University that is blocking up the left lane. Slowdowns continue on the I-70 drive. Had a crash eastbound 70 at York. That accident's gone. 270 still jammed up there in both directions. Good news in Inglewood. Southbound Santa Fe reopened between Dartmouth and Hamden. Had a bad accident. Traffic is still jammed up there. And a problem with the traffic lights. They are short cycling at Bellevue and University. Then with forecast. Clear skies tonight, low of 58. Tomorrow to be sunny with a high near 93. Right now, 90 degrees. For the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHOW.
The Flood Control District of the 7-county metro area, protecting people, property, and our environment. Sign up for early flood alerts at udfcd.org. That's udfcd.org for early flood alerts.
Hey, if you're wanting to remodel your kitchen or bath, or maybe you're stuck right now in the middle of remodeling your kitchen or bath, I want you to call Brian at Professional Home Designs. Brian and Professional Home Designs handles everything from putting in the cabinets, the countertops, the plumbing, electrical fixtures. There's no part of the job that Brian's not qualified and certified to do. And here's how it works. Brian meets with you at your home, goes over what you want to have done. From there, you go to a showroom and you pick out all your fixtures, tile, countertops, whatever it is that you need for the project. And then Professional Home Designs buys everything at cost and you get it at cost. No markups. So it's cheaper, quicker, and easier to hire Professional Home Design than it is to do it yourself or to hire somebody else. I'm going to give you Brian's cell. Here's why. You can call Brian, or you can even text him a picture of the room that you want remodeled, and he can get working on a bid just from that. So call or text Brian right now, 720-369-8998, 720-369-8998.
Blue Chair Bay Rum presents Kenny Chesney, Trip Around the Sun Tour 2018.
Here's to another year, let's take another crazy trip around the sun.
No one throws a party like Kenny Chesney.
It's a simple wine, it's summer.
Saturday, June 30th, Sports Authority Field at Mile High with special guests.
My t-shirt,
Thomas Rhett.
and I look just like you
Old Dominion and Brandon Lang. Saturday, June 30th, Sports Authority Field at Mile High.
No shoes, no shirt, no problem.
Tickets are on sale now at the stadium box office or Ticketmaster.com.
Shut up and kiss me, all the pretty girls say.
Kenny Chesney with Thomas Rhett, Old Dominion, and more. Produced by Messina Touring Group and AEG presents.
Blowing that smoke on Saturday night. A little messed up, but we're all right.
Hey, the average single-family home here in Denver sells for $502,986. And the average realtor in Denver sells that home for exactly that same amount. But my realtor, Bobby Bolden, with RE/MAX Professionals, consistently gets tens of thousands of dollars more. I'll give you this example. Bobby had a listing in Centennial. The high comps were $550. Bobby sold that listing for $575. What does that mean? That means the seller got an extra $25,000 in their pocket. You see, the trick's not getting your house sold in Denver. It's getting maximum dollars for your home, and that's what Bobby Bolden does. Bobby will, out of her own pocket, She'll have your home professionally staged with HD photos. And then, because she knows the market so well, she's able to get, on average, 10 to 12% more than those other realtors. So if you're even thinking about selling your home, call my realtor, Bobby Bolden, 303-618-2000. That's 303-618-2000.
Hi, Dave Logan for the Willow Creek Way Network of Dental Practices. Now, these dental practices are all individually owned, unique practices that follow a common patient care philosophy called the Willow Creek Way. The part of this philosophy that I like best is no judgment. Whether it's been 6 years or 6 months, when you go to a Willow Creek Way Network dentist, you don't get lectured, pressured, or judged. You just get incredible customer service and top-notch dental care. So to experience the Willow Creek Way yourself, go to willowcreekway.com and find an incredible independent dentist near you.
Life Certain Wealth Strategies provides financial planning with a focus on forward-looking tax mitigation strategies for those in or near retirement in Colorado. Life Certain Wealth Strategies. Discover the fiduciary difference. Visit lifecertain.com today to begin your planning.
Every business needs great people, and a better way to find them. Something better than posting your job online and just praying for the right people to see it. ZipRecruiter revolutionized hiring. Their technology finds great candidates for you. No wonder 80% of employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site in just one day. Goodbye post and pray. Hello ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Try it for free today at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Save more with Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Hey Todd, Liberty Mutual just saved me $782.
Liberty did what?
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Maybe I should switch to Liberty Mutual.
Visit us online to... Hey, stop echoing.
Sorry.
Visit us online to get a quote, and you could save $782. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Based on a recent countrywide new customer survey, coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company, Equal Housing Insurer.
Graduation season is here, and there's a free playlist to help you revisit the soundtrack of your school days. Check out graduationplaylist.com and enter the year you graduated. We've got graduation playlists for every year, including this year. Hearing a certain song can bring you right back to a moment in time. Smiles, tears, or what was I thinking memories pop right in your head, and boom, you're right there. It's like a time machine, a music time machine. Listen to the music that was the soundtrack of your graduating class. Go to graduationplaylist.com, type in your year, and start reliving all your favorite music, all your favorite stations, free.
Tom Martino, the troubleshooter. Tomorrow morning at 10.
The heartbreak and pain of addiction. We're going to talk about it and offer suggestions on the Troubleshooter Show tomorrow at 10.
Troubleshooter Tom Martino on 630 KHOW.
Hey, Angie, how about some taxpayer relief shots? You always put me in a good mood. Memphis, Tennessee, home of Elvis. Well, not really the home, but that's where Graceland is. Wasn't he born in Tupelo or somewhere in, I don't know, I forget where he was born.
New tonight, we are hearing from the East Memphis man who shot and killed 2 suspected burglars.
Got a twofer going here.
As WMC Action News 5's Jerica Phillips reports, he says he had no choice but to protect himself and his property.
A homeowner who shot and killed 2 men showed me where the would-be burglars broke into his home Friday evening on Myrna Street in East Memphis. The man, who asked not to be identified for his safety, told me when he arrived home, the men were already inside.
I see my house being, you know what I'm saying, like ramshacked or whatnot, and dog still going hysterical in the cage. And when he seen me, he notified the other individual with him. Hey, they're here.
That's the moment, he says, when the suspected burglars pulled out guns, but he was able to get to a hall closet to get his. What type of weapon did you have?
I had my own personal AK-47.
Bam! I love this one. I had my own personal 22 revolver. Nope. I had my own personal AK-47. Boom!
The homeowner admits it's not the first time there's been a shooting at his home. These police markings show where the home was shot up less than a year ago.
Wow, you've still got the police markings in your home. You think that's like a trophy? That's like a mount, trophy mount? Yeah, right here. See? You have dinner parties. See right here? Yep. I shot those old boys right here a year ago. Now, over here, I shot these old boys this year. Yeah, see that? What does that do to the drywall? What does that do to the sheetrock? Bam.
I don't know what's going on, but I know I'm going to defend my life to the best of my ability.
Investigators have not yet released the identities of the shooting victims, ages 28 and 17 years old.
Dumbasses. Just dumbasses.
These boys need their father and need some type of discipline.
Probably need some medical help, too.
You know what I'm saying? Because they out here without no fear.
The homeowner says he regrets the loss of life, but
it was either me or them.
Memphis police say after presenting all evidence to the district attorney general, it's been determined that the homeowner will not face criminal charges at this point in the investigation.
Surprise, surprise, surprise. You walk into your home, you find a bunch of dumbasses, they pull a gun on you, you jump in the closet. You come out of the closet with an AK-47. This is kind of like a Rambo movie or something.
He says he gave officers home surveillance video backing his story. I asked the homeowner if he fears retaliation.
That's a possibility or whatnot. You know, you never know how somebody else's family might perceive the situation or whatnot. But I mean, I just got to take it one day at a time.
Yeah, and it'll be a year, and then we'll be back in a year, and then he'll have police tape on the other wall, and he'll talk about the new shooting. Harris County or Houston, Texas.
This was a gunfight. According to investigators, it was the suspected robber versus a resident here in the parking lot of this apartment complex off of Kirkendall here in North Harris County. Investigators say the victim said the suspect shot at him first, and that's when he pulled out his own gun and fired back.
Yeah, you know the old jokes about when that's when the fight started? Yep, right there. Yeah, well, the old boy pulled a gun out and started shooting at me, and so I just fired back, and that's when the fight started.
That suspect was injured. He drove himself to Kindred Hospital, according to police. The video of police at that hospital last night. The hospital ended up transferring the suspect to Houston Northwest Hospital due to the severity of his injuries. And investigators say the suspect died at Houston Northwest Hospital last night. His name has not been released to the media, and at this time, no charges have been filed against this victim.
So we've got 2 taxpayer relief shots, and we have 3 dead thugs. Thugs, pay attention. People are sick and tired of your antics. They're not putting up with it anymore. Fullerton, California.
This all happened around 7:30 a.m. this morning at the therapist's office.
You know, that's 7:30 in the morning. I'm still thinking, I just need a little bagel or something. I'm not really ready to take on thugs at 7:30 a.m. Just saying, Don't you want to get your coffee? I don't drink coffee, but don't you want to get your Diet Coke or something before you have to start taking on thugs? Can I get a bagel and peanut butter, or a bagel and lox, or, a little shredded wheat or something, some oatmeal?
Office inside this building here at the corner of Chapman and Acacia. One woman is dead. The therapist she's accused of stabbing is recovering. Fullerton police say a 911 call came into dispatch from a witness inside the office, followed moments later by a call from the therapist herself saying she was just stabbed by one of her patients.
That'd be you, Angie. You go to see your therapist and you lose it.
Investigators say the female suspect was armed with a large knife. They've given no motive.
See? Knives. Oh, man. Knife control. We need knife control.
For the stabbing and aren't releasing the attacker's identity. 2 officers, though, responded to the report, arrived within 4 minutes of that 911 call.
They immediately entered the therapist's office, and they found that the suspect had barricaded herself in an office with a 40-year-old therapist. Officers forced entry and immediately confronted the suspect, who was armed with a knife, at which point an officer-involved shooting occurred.
Now, that woman was pronounced dead at the scene. Other than saying she was armed with a knife, investigators aren't saying what the suspect did that directly led to that shooting. The therapist, however, was rushed to a local trauma center. She's now listed in good condition with non-life-threatening injuries.
Bibb County, Georgia.
Last night, Bibb County deputies shot and killed a man accused of robbing a gas station before shooting at deputies. According to the Bibb County Sheriff's Office, it all started Saturday night after a deputy responded to an armed robbery at the Circle K off Riverside Drive. Mary Grace Shaw went out to the scene and has more on how that situation unfolded.
Just before 11 o'clock Saturday night off of Riverside Drive, the Bibb County Sheriff's Office says 39-year-old Shamir Terry, armed with a handgun, walked up to an employee inside this Circle K store, fired a shot inside the store before getting some money and running away.
Except he didn't make it very far. So let's go back, when we get back, let's go back to the knife attack at the therapist's office, because when I say it's time for knife control, well, I'm serious.
You're listening to The Michael Brown Show. This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW. An iHeart radio station. With Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
This report is brought to you by Shell.
Stalls and accidents finally cleared off the highways, or better drive for you. Traveling along the I-70 stretch, westbound 70 at York, that accident is gone. 270 is still a crowded drive there. Traveling across Commerce City both directions, as well as that stretch on southbound I-25 heading out of downtown, but a definite improvement. Over in Inglewood, southbound lanes of Santa Fe reopened. Between Dartmouth and Hamden, traffic is backed up there, but that is getting better. Watch for traffic lights. They are short cycling at Bellevue and University, backing up both directions of Bellevue. Denver's forecast. Tonight, clear skies, a low of 58. Tomorrow to be sunny with a high near 93. Right now, 90 degrees. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Phelan, 630 KHOW.
Premium engine performance starts at Shell with Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline. Get unsurpassed protection against gunk, unbeatable protection against corrosion, and their best protection against wear.
Hey, you know, living here in Colorado, we know what's going on. It's hail and severe storm season, and that's why I'm thrilled to be working with Spike McCarthy and Golden Spike Roofing. Golden Spike's a local company dedicated to providing a better quality roof for the money than anybody else in town. And Spike, but a great guy, the owner, is so committed to quality and making sure that your new roof is done right. You know, and we all know, that hail's not the only thing that can damage your roof here in Colorado. The high winds we had this past spring, they can cause problems. Now, if you think you have damage, or even worse, if you don't know if you have damage, I want you to call Golden Spike for a thorough and free inspection of your roof. Maybe you've got an insurance claim. Well, call Golden Spike first. They will assist you through the process, everything from claim to completion. So don't take a chance on an out-of-state fly-by-night roofer. For roofing done right to the last nail, call Golden Spike Roofing, 303-942-1386. That's 303-942-1386.
The Western Conservative Summit, June 8th and 9th at the Colorado Convention Center, the largest gathering of conservatives outside of Washington, D.C., right here out west. Diamond and Silk will be there, along with the House Freedom Caucus, Candace Owens, Ed Meese, Kirk Cameron, all of Colorado's Republican gubernatorial candidates, and more. 2 full days of stellar speakers, workshops, exhibitor trade show, and more. We'll cover issues like the threat of radical Islam, the sanctity of life, supporting the Second Amendment, school choice, restricting illegal immigration, energy independence, and so much more. Get your tickets at westernconservativesummit.com. That's westernconservativesummit.com, or by calling 877-798-5366. We hope to see you at the Western Conservative Summit, June 8th and 9th at the Colorado Convention Center.
Now's the perfect time to join the fan club at Isle Casino Hotel Blackhawk. New members can win up to $1,000 in fan play or other great prizes just for signing up. Everyone's a winner and membership is free. Plus, provide a valid email address and you'll receive $5 in free fan play. Stop by Isle Casino Hotel Blackhawk and sign up today. Must be 21. All terms, conditions, rewards, and benefits are subject to change or revocation without notice. Eligibility and exceptions apply. See official rules. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
If you've thought about installing solar on your home or business here in Colorado, do what I did and work with an actual Colorado company. Hi, it's Ross, and the very best choice in solar is Bright Street Energy. They've installed hundreds of systems on everything from modest homes to the National Western Complex. They offer a lifetime system warranty nearly unheard of in the industry. You can learn more and schedule your free solar consultation today at brightstreet.com. That's BRITE street.com, and make sure to ask about the special offer for my listeners.
If you've saved a lot for retirement, you feel pretty good. But without some advanced, comprehensive planning, taxes could be your biggest expense in retirement. This is Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, heard every Saturday here on 630 KHOW. As a comprehensive retirement planner and with my background as a CPA, having practiced in taxes for more than 20 years here in Colorado, I'm always keeping an eye on taxes when we put together your retirement plan. There may be ways to save significant amounts on taxes if you know what you're doing. Why pay more than your fair share in taxes during retirement if you don't have to? Call me, Linda Gardner, to schedule your complimentary no-obligation retirement planning strategy session. Don't let taxes derail your retirement. You can call right now, 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604, or reach out online at yourmoneyyourretirement.com.
When posting on most job sites, you get candidates.
I'm the sales director.
I'm the sales
director you're looking for.
But when you post on Indeed.com, you get the candidates just right for you.
I'm a sales director with MBA, over 10 years experience, who's also fluent in Japanese.
With Indeed, you can add screener questions for a less time-consuming route to your short list of qualified candidates.
Arigato.
Hiring's better when you've got your short list. Save time on hiring when you post a job on Indeed. Get started today at Indeed.com/hire.
It's time to join the millions of people using Zoom video conferencing. Turn any size conference room, huddle room, or executive office into a Zoom room with flawless HD video, crystal clear audio, and instant wireless sharing. It'll even work with your existing hardware. Start your meetings with a single touch or use Zoom's new voice command feature. Hey Zoom, start meeting. Huddle happy. Visit Zoom.us to set up your free Zoom room trial today. That's Zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station.
I lit up from Reno, I was trailed by 20 hounds. Didn't get to sleep that night till the morning came around. Set out run, but I take my time. A friend of the devil is a friend of mine. I get home before daylight, just might get some sleep tonight. Ran into the devil, baby, loaned me 20 bills. Spent the night in Utah in a cave up in the hills. Set out running, but I take my time. A friend of the devil is a friend of mine. I get home before daylight, just might get some sleep tonight.
The Express newspaper in the United Kingdom has an article with the headline, Knife Mayhem. Britain faces summer of bloodshed, which is in all caps, unless police handed stronger powers. In London, 3 men were seriously injured by gunfire. How's that happen? How do people in these countries that have all of this stringent, draconian gun control law, how do people get guns? I don't understand it. While at least 4 men were stabbed in separate incidents as police were overwhelmed by a scale of street savagery not seen before. Elsewhere, a 17-year-old boy was stabbed and killed in Ipswich, and 2 popo were knifed on duty in Scotland. Oh my God, it is out of control. What are we going to do for the United Kingdom? They need. It's a knife tsunami.
Nobody at a London level or a UK level seems to be getting to grips with this, Norman.
Thing is, George, it's all about money. You may recall, and I'm sure you do, you're quite an acute individual, is that about 3 years ago, the Home Secretary attended the National Police Conference conference, and she accused everybody within the police service of crying wolf.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have to tell you or any of your listeners.
The wolves are here now.
Crime figures. Yep. Back in 2004, on the 13th of December, I was in New York at the time because I used to take all the police to New York on the 9/11 memorials. I got a phone call, I think, from the Telegraph. They said a financier has been stabbed to death on his doorstep in Chelsea, and in Chiswick, an ex-school teacher, or a school teacher, an ex-finance person himself, was killed in his own house. And I was walking across Times Square with my operations director, and suddenly in my head, I thought of Knives Destroy Lives. So a week and a half later, after flying back, I held a press conference, one of the largest press conferences this country has seen, and in full uniform, risking my career, with Damilola Taylor's father and many other families in London where somebody had been stabbed to death. I gave an idea and an outline of what's going to happen if we don't get a grips on knife crime. And here we are, all these years on, talking about all the things that I predicted. And the caveat to what I've just said, George, is that Theresa May turned up at the Police Federation conference, and she accused the federation that represents the whole police service. I'm a bit like the Robin Hood. I also represent the police and have done for 25 years. Accused them of crying wolf. Well, I predicted over the last 5 years that the perfect storm was coming. Nobody was listening. Nobody was acting. Everyone was talking. Talk is cheap. Action seems to be a lot different. Here we are now. The storm has hit Britain, and in particular London. We are now facing the effects of the tsunami. And if I was to describe the overview in medical terms, I've already described it over the last 5 years. Nobody listened, or if they did, they didn't act, that we were on life support. I'm now telling you, George, the family are around the bed.
That's pretty dramatic. You know what I find hilarious about it? Typical liberal gobbledygook. Let's just accept for a moment that they've got a lot of stabbings going on. Do you think anybody's ever thought about anything other than knife control? Like, maybe you shouldn't let all of these 18 to 34-year-old Middle Eastern migrants come into your country? Oh, I'm sorry. Is that racist? No, that's not racist at all. That's factual. That's based on reality. Why don't you look at who the gang members are? I'm sorry, maybe somebody should call them animals. Maybe somebody should recognize that you got a bunch of animals on the loose that you just let into your country because you feel sorry for them. You know, my theory's always been this, and I mean this sincerely. I don't care whether it's Mexico, Venezuela, Guatemala, Honduras. I don't care whether it's Yemen. I don't care. I don't give a rat's ass where it is. If you live in an S-hole country, I think the worst thing we can do, even for the most pathetic individual, is to let them escape. If you're in an S-hole country, maybe at some point you have to start slowly. I mean, we were losing for a long, long time before we won the Revolutionary War. You gotta stand up and fix your own damn country. And frankly, when you open the floodgates and allow all of these people, even the pathetic ones, because amongst the pathetic ones, those who can't help themselves or are truly so-called refugees, it's like seawater. You can't separate the good from the bad. It's all seawater. And it all just comes flooding in. And here are the Brits all upset. They're focused on the knives because we got rid of the guns, but interestingly, you've had you've had gun murders, you've had shootings, now you've got knives, and all you can talk about is the thing, the weapon, without ever looking at, because this is what Brits do. And I also love the point about money. He made the point about, it's a money problem. Where's your money going? Oh, that's right. Nationalized, socialized medicine. That's where your money's going. I forgot. And then the social welfare system for all of the dirt bags that come from the S-hole countries that you allow in, that then live off the teat of all of the other hardworking Brits that didn't want those people there in the first place. The United Kingdom has lost its way. It has completely and utterly lost its way. My challenge, this was who was this? The Met chief. My challenge to everyone in London is to ask each and every person to think about what you can do to help us tackle this blight on our city. What are they supposed to do? They can't deliver a taxpayer relief shot because, well, nobody's got any guns except the criminals. Supposed to deliver, I'd say, maybe a taxpayer relief stabbing, but you can't buy an 8 or 10 inch kitchen knife because who needs those? And now they're proposing that you need to, kind of whittle off the tips because nobody needs a sharp knife. We can always look. We can always look to California, the United Kingdom. We can look to the continent. We can look almost anywhere and see the result of dumbass progressive policies. And here we are. I mean, it's like listening to the dumbasses here in this country. Well, we got to do something. We need more money. No, you don't. You need to look at the root cause of the problem.
You're listening to The Michael Brown Show.
This report is brought to you by Hotels.com.
Highways are looking a lot better for the drive. A couple of slowdowns for you coming out of downtown. The drive on southbound I-25, a medical emergency. Southbound I-25, a university that's off in the shoulder. Not really creating much of a delay for you there. Much better ride on I-25 through the Tech Center, traveling along C-470. I-70 speeds are picking up nicely. There's a problem off the highways. Traffic lights are short cycling at Bellevue and University, causing some big delays along Bellevue. Make sure you treat that as an all-way stop. Then with forecast, tonight clear skies, a low of 58. Tomorrow to be sunny, only a slight chance for some rain with a high near 93. Right now, 90 degrees. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Phelan, 630 KHOW.
With Hotels.com, get rewarded from seaside cabins in Oregon to 5-star resorts in Mexico. Hotels.com's deals come with access to instant savings, too. Hotels.com, you do you and get rewarded. Instant savings available on select properties.
I've told you before that I would not have endorsed a solar company a few years ago because when I looked at it, the financials for you as a homeowner didn't make any sense at all. But that's no longer the case with Zoetic Solar. With Zoetic Solar, here's what they do. They simply replace your current electric bill. That becomes the payment for your solar panels. So your monthly out-of-pocket is the same, except that now you own your energy instead of renting it. There's no down payment needed, and after your panels are paid off, obviously, you've got free energy for your house for life. You own your solar panels as opposed to renting them. This gives you, obviously, again, more money in your pocket and increases your home's value. And when they put solar panels on your roof, they're also going to insulate your attic and put in a smart home thermostat for free. That saves you even more money. And Zoetic Solar is a Colorado-owned and operated company that's right here in Denver. I want you to call Zoetic Solar and just get a free quote. 888-637-4447. That's 888-637-4447.
If you sleep with a snorer or if you suffer from tinnitus, you'll often find yourself not sleeping well, which can be detrimental to your health, your job, your life. Hi, it's Ross, and I value solutions which are not just effective, but also cost-effective. That's how my friends at Adco Hearing Products think too, which is why they have a brand new product available to you for less than $50 to help folks sleep, whether through tinnitus or snoring. Drop by Adco's location at 4242 South Broadway or learn more at adcohearing.com. That's ADCO hearing.com.
Is your garage door making weird noises? This is Dave Logan. If you're having issues with your garage door, call Don's Garage Doors, the only garage door company I personally endorse. I've used Don's Garage Doors in my home, and folks, you should too. Your garage is the entrance to your home, and you want somebody you can trust. Next time you need a garage door repair or replacement, call Don's Garage Doors at 303-738-DOOR. That's 303-738-3667, or online at donsgaragedoors.com. Hi, Dave Logan for the Willow Creek Way Network of Dental Practices. Now, these dental practices are all individually owned, unique practices that follow a common patient care philosophy called the Willow Creek Way. The part of this philosophy that I like best is no judgment. Whether it's been 6 years or 6 months, when you go to a Willow Creek Way Network dentist, you don't get lectured, pressured, or judged. You just get incredible customer service and top-notch dental care. So to experience the Willow Creek Way yourself, go to willowcreekway.com and find an incredible independent dentist near you.
Hi, folks.
folks. Dan Cicchini, owner of Dunright Kitchens, Baths, Windows, and Doors. Here's a sad story. A customer from some years back called my son Todd, our company's president, for some help. They moved and were working with the big boys. The problem? Remodeling nightmare. You know the drill. Communication, deadlines, quality, disrespect, a poor experience. I asked, why didn't she call us? Todd?
To save a little money. And guess what? No money saved and a lot of heartache. Look, in remodeling, stuff happens. But Dad, like you've taught me all my life, it's not what happens, it's what we do about what happens that really counts. When we take care of our customers, they take care of us. And we will never leave a customer out in the cold.
For sure, Todd. So folks, let us take care of you. Call us and get special pricing for select install dates, because this year's schedule is filling fast. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, and even replacement windows and doors. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Dunright. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
Here at the showroom, we're making room for new collections, which means you can save up to 50% on floor samples and clearance items from top designer brands such as Hancock & Moore, Lexington, and Baker. Don't miss your chance to take home luxury furniture and decor for unbelievable prices. Come visit us early for the best selection at the showroom, Denver's ultimate luxury home shopping experience. We're located at 5445 North Bannock Street, exit I-25 at 58.
Have you ever wanted to refinance your mortgage but didn't want to start a new 30-year loan all over again? Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky for my friends at American Financing, and let me tell you, they can help. When refinancing to eliminate mortgage insurance, lower your rate, or consolidate high-interest debt, you don't have to worry about resetting your loan term, because at American Financing, they offer 10, 13, or 18-year loans, really any term you need. It truly is a custom loan. You choose the term based on your budget, and they'll find the most competitive interest rate. It's your mortgage, your way. Plus, with a fixed rate, no matter where interest rates go, yours stays the same. Monthly payments won't increase. It just takes one call to their salary-based mortgage consultants. They'll guide you through options and will customize the right program to achieve your financial goals. They may even be able to get you closed in as fast as 10 days. So get started now, 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online at AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
Hi, it's Susie Wargin. Do you fear going to the dentist? If so, I'm thrilled to tell you about a revolutionary new product that is changing how people feel about having dental work done. Visit noneedles.com for more information. That's noneedles.com.
I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. Get a licensed plumber or HVAC tech in your home for just $39. A safe, complete, and predictable way to find out what's wrong. Just $39. If you have them do any of the needed repairs, that diagnostic fee is waived. The best value in heating and air. Online at fixmyhome.com. That's fixmyhome.com.
When your house is in trouble, fix it 24/7. We'll be there on the double.
Ross Kaminsky, mornings 5 to 10.
In this world of online shopping, brick and mortar stores have to be great to win. So who's doing it right? We'll talk about it with an expert Friday morning at 7:06, right here on 630 K-How.
I hear the train a-comin', it's rolling round the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. But that train keeps a-rollin' on down to San Antone. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die.
This song will get us blocked, Andrew. Gets us blocked every time.
I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry.
Maxine, I looked and looked. Well, actually, I did find a clip, but I didn't clip it for Angie because it was someone holding a cell phone. So it was pretty... It was you couldn't understand anything she was saying, but you can't understand anything Maxine Waters says anyway. She decided that she likes to say that, millennials love her. But if her own campaign event is any indication, that might be more BS than reality. 79-year-old Annie Maxine had a meet and greet tweet-a-thon on Sunday for 2 hours. And while it's difficult to figure out what she hoped the outcome would be, the turnout was fascinating. So the flyer reads, Come join top social media influencers for a tweet-a-thon in support of Annie Maxine, our fearless champion in Congress, who taught us how to reclaim our time. Millennials, come energized and ready to get out the vote. So someone took a video of the Maxine tweet-a-thon. I couldn't count all of the empty seats, but imagine a large meeting room, more like a ballroom. Yeah, actually kind of almost like a basketball court. And all these chairs neatly lined up, and they're all empty. And there are only 10 millennials standing in a circle while Annie Maxine delivers her sage advice. She predicted that they're going to take back the House. She said the pro-Trump forces think they're going to take me out. But I ain't going, she said. And, of course, she spent a lot of time attacking her main rival, Omar Navarro. After she criticized Navarro for having Roger Stone, Joe Arpaio, and Michael Flynn appear on his behalf. She argued that her opponent should have certain beliefs merely because of his last name. Listen to what she said. If you don't think that Maxine Waters is a racist, bigoted old hag, listen to this. Now remember, her opponent is a Republican. His name is Omar Navarro. Now, I don't know anything about him. I know that he had Roger Stone, okay, whatever. Joe Arpaio, okay, whatever. And Michael Flynn campaigned for him. I don't know what his beliefs are, but here's what Maxine says. He has a last name that is Latin. He's Cuban. And what a lot of our people, hey, Quincy, can I say your people? You people? He has a last name that is Latin. He's Cuban. And what a lot of our, like black people, don't understand is he supports the president building a wall. He's opposed to DACA. He does not support DACA. In addition to that, he is not worried at all. He has not said a word about what is happening at the border. I'm sorry, Maxine. So, do you stereotype much? So he's Latin, he's Cuban, and so he's supposed to think like you? Huh? Just, I guess all Latinos, all Cubans are all supposed to be monoliths? All blacks apparently are, according to the way you think. And by the way, if it's true that he's opposed to DACA, that he doesn't support DACA, that tells me he does know what's happening at the border. And he's just told you what he thinks about what's happening at the border. But you don't like it. No. Let's close out with just a simple, nah, I can't do that. I'm not going to do it. Angie, help me out here. Oh, you know what we'll do? We can do a taxpayer relief shot. Maybe we can get a couple in. Here's one from Vicksburg, Mississippi.
Developing news out of Vicksburg tonight. One person is dead after a possible home invasion last night. The incident happened on Valley Street around 10 p.m. Police say they found a 21-year-old D'Angelo Fields lying in the street. And we're told Fields may have died of a gunshot wound. The homeowner told police some men tried to break into his home when Fields was shot.
Huh. Trying to break in again. I don't know what, people are never going to learn, right? Or this one from Fullerton.
This all happened around 7:30 a.m. this morning at the therapist's office inside this building here at the corner of Chapman and Acacia. One woman is dead. The therapist she's accused of stabbing is recovering. Fullerton police say a 911 call came into dispatch from a witness inside the office.
You know what they need? They need knife control in Fullerton, California. Yep, knife control.
That's pretty much all I got.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elvis has left the building.